guys. What's up? Actually, hang on. Okay, sorry. I just needed to make sure it was coming out of the right mic. I was pretty sure I had double checked that before I started, but at some point last week, not all of my settings, but everything that told everything where to find the right microphone had just gotten deleted. So like my Discord and my vent and my recording and OBS, whatever, I had to go back and reset the right microphone because there's I feel like a lot of things connected to my computer include a microphone. Not one of them is a microphone that I actually want to use, with the exception of the one that I bought specifically to be a microphone. But it looks like we're all good. Sup, guys? Matrim, hello. Hazel, I offer you a homemade pretzel. That sounds awesome. I'll have to check that out on Instagram later. Did your kitchen survive when I made them? The baking soda bath thing managed to just get everywhere. I didn't spill it really, but it was like popping and bubbling, and there was just like action. And then it wiped out pretty easily, but it looked like a disaster. Love the Relax suit. Thanks, Danielle. I wore it because it's like freezing out today, and it was really cold all morning, and I'm always like, man, I'm gonna just wear this thing all day, but usually it's warmed up a bit by the afternoon, and then I come in here and I've got like some lights on. I don't know how much heat those lights are gonna generate. I just got those in today, and then like right before the stream started, I just got my Christmas tree. I'm so excited. It's not that bad actually, considering that I paid $30 for it and it's 4 feet tall. It actually looks pretty. It looks like a tree, and I can't wait to get my lights on it and to get the ornaments on it. I got some plastic cat-proof ornaments. The cat was just staring at it like, what do I do with this? So I'm looking forward to that. The tea sounds amazing. Yeah, it's just like a black tea. I've got it with a little bit of milk, but no sugar. And it's like a fruit almond tea. It's just called holiday tea. It's pretty nice. I don't know if it's my favorite Christmas tea. Stash has this Christmas blend that's got like, it's not flavored. It's like oolong tea and black tea, and then I think green tea. And normally I don't like it when you've blended those kinds of teas together, but this one's just really good. What kind of adventure are we going on today? We are going. So glad you asked. We are going on a time walking adventure. I don't even know what kind of time walking it is. All I know is that in my my guild Discord, somebody said, "Yo, there's 930 rewards." I'm like, really? I need some of that. I mean, I don't know if I need some of that. I'm gonna take a look at my gear. My gear's been getting better lately. I had a long slump that has finally started to pick up now that we're going into this next raid. I almost had a foam over. I melted a bowl by heating up butter in the microwave. Yeah, you gotta be really careful with that. I've definitely done that before. The other one is melting chocolate in the microwave. I've managed to burn. It's dangerous. Gotta do it in very, very small increments. But, I mean, you came out with pretzels, so I'm pretty sure you won. How long did it take you to get the hidden appearance for the shadow artifact? I've been trying forever. It was about halfway through the Nighthold tier, I think. I didn't get it while Emerald Nightmare was current, despite killing it every week. I didn't get it until later. Hazel, did you see Tivana is closing? I didn't see that. That doesn't actually upset me too much because it's not really a tea place that I shop at. Their teas tend to be very expensive and have a lot of things in them that aren't tea. And it's good. It's a perfectly valid beverage. It's just not the kind of tea that I prefer. Thanks for helping doing the Lucid Nightmare Mount stream. Helped you get mine in the last room puzzle. Took me 3 hours to do it. Yeah, that one's a real humdinger. Alright, so what kind of time walking even is happening? Like, do I have to leave? Is it not up yet? Is it over? No. Time walking begins. A special time walking dungeon finder queue. Okay, Cataclysm. I was looking on this thing for, like, art, you know, like a Lich King or an Illidan or something to tell me which expansion it's from, but apparently it's Cataclysm. It just didn't want to tell me. Normal laughed at me for the butter. Butter is hard. Everybody's done. I feel like most people that have melted butter in the microwave had to learn the hard way that you need to be real careful with it because it heats up really quickly. Hello, Hazel. You are kind of famous Pimgu. Pimgu. I don't know what Pimgu means. I also don't think I'm particularly famous. Is that a thing that the Pingu penguin says? Because it sounds kind of like it. Are the hidden appearances random drops? Yep, it's random, and I actually don't know if there's any bad luck protection on it. I think you just gotta keep at it and hope for the best, unfortunately. Cat of Time Walking, does that include Firelands? I don't think they've added any new time walking rates. Let me move my camera a little bit so it's not blocking my vision here. Okay, so the time walking thing, what am I doing? Yeah, it's just gonna be random Cataclysm time walking dungeons. We're gonna make sure we pick up the quest first, not forget, because that's kind of like my thing. Hazel, I have a +4. I could use some help in Cathedral of the Eternal Lights. If you have nothing to do later on, I will keep that in mind. I was thinking about doing something with my key. Maybe trying to build to like a 15. I don't know. I'm so hesitant to do Mythic Plus on stream because I'm so incapable of performing in Mythic Plus while doing anything else. Especially like, well, let me check what the effects are this week. I guess I can see if I can find my key. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, Raging Volcanic Tyrannical. I can't do a volcanic key on stream. I just can't. I'm gonna get distracted by something and then die to a volcano, and then that moment will be forever immortalized online. And it's just not, it's not how I want to live my life. Old War is a big one. Time Walk WoD dungeons. Are they, like, I know they're adding that. Do we know when? Is that a thing now? Is it gonna be coming up? Or maybe in the next, I think they said maybe in the next expansion they'll add Time Walking WoD dungeons. Like, they'll go one expansion. Like, there's gonna be a one expansion gap in the past before Time Walking, I think they said. I don't need seals. This one. Are you excited for Old War Time Walking? Or maybe you're excited for Old War Time Walking. I'm not terribly. I didn't really enjoy Black Temple. I don't know if Time Walking raids are something that I'm excited about. Haven't played since 7.2. How long will it take to catch up? Not that long. This is the best patch for catch up that we have actually seen. It's good stuff. Hi, Hazel. Hey, Elven Maiden. Yeah, you're gonna log in and you're gonna have the same artifact knowledge that I do. You're gonna be artifact knowledge 55. It's gonna be capped. So the first piece of artifact power that you get is gonna give you a bunch of levels, and it's just a matter of like go to Argus, do some Argus stuff, get yourself some Veiled Argonite gear, and you're gonna be a-okay on board. Black Temple. Hey there, Miss Hazel. Happy Friday to you. Hi, Brian. Hazel, carry me through rated 3s, please. I've been thinking a lot about doing 3s again. I need to find a way where it fits into my life without ruining anything, which is hard because it kind of did bad things to me last time. I got a 930 helm for my time walking chest, but it's nice. That's what I was doing. Okay. Oh no, I picked up the quest. We're good. Okay. Time walking, Antorus treasures. Oh yeah, because you get a piece from the raid, basically, like the normal raid. Gotcha. Okay. Is there anything I need? I mean, I'm still gonna do it, but what do I... Like, I have a bunch of 915 stuff on, but that's tier. I cannot get rid of my tier 24 piece until I get 16k haste. I clearly do not yet have 16k haste. So I need some more haste. Came back, it took you 3 weeks to get caught up. There's an Argus quest that affects your DPS, so do the Argus quest line. True, yeah, you want to do the Argus quest line ASAP. Sorry, I'm just knocking over my camera here trying to get it out of my way. You want to do the Argus quest ASAP so that you can get the Netherlight Crucible unlocked. Even with a very low-level artifact weapon, you're still going to be able to get the first trait in each of your 3 relics, which gives you 15 levels, item levels to your artifact weapon, which is just awesome. PvP makes me curse. That's actually a very legitimate reason why I'm scared to do PvP on stream. Is, on Twitch, I had a little bit more of a rated, 14+ stream. And on here, I try to keep things very clean, and I don't know if I'm capable of PvPing without just spewing profanities. Don't tease me with the PvP. I've been teasing you for ages, Saline. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Tim. Thank you very, very much for that really generous donation. I hope you're having a great holiday season. I am so excited to decorate my Christmas tree. It's so silly. I don't even have anything like sentimental or personal to decorate it with. I don't have any Christmas ornaments aside from the really cheap ones that I've ordered on Amazon that are plastic that my cat can't break. But I don't care. I want a tree, and it's gonna have lights in it, and I got lights behind me, and I got... So the thing with the lights, the reason I have so many lights... Sorry, I'm gonna form the group so we can actually start, and I can jabber while other people carry me through time walking dungeons. It's gonna be dungeons, start a group. Actually, no, hang on. We're gonna put this in custom, actually. We're gonna... what am I doing with my life? This is not what I want. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it in custom. The title is gonna be Hi, I'm Hazel. Details is gonna be stream, time walking group. If there's a lot of interest, then I'm gonna leave and then reform the group for every dungeon so we get more people through. If the signups are pretty slow, then I will just keep the same group, and if we're short on something like a tank or a healer, then I'll duplicate invite people if we cannot find a new person in that role, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm gonna list this. First come, first serve. Item level doesn't matter. Level doesn't matter, as long as you are level 80 plus, I'm pretty sure. And we need, I'm not healing, so we need 2 DPS, so DPS 1, DPS 2, 1 healer, and 1 tank now. Squirky, I support theater and the arts, And you do both. Thank you. I don't know if I count as theater in the arts. I used to do theater. Well, I wasn't on stage. I did pit orchestra work as a trumpet player. But I haven't done anything like that online yet. Hazel, how is your DPS in dungeons compared to other classes? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. There is, I think, a setup that priests can use. I'm going to try, actually, just for fun, play around with Shadow Crash. There's a setup that priests can use to do damage in dungeons. I just don't know what it is, or I just haven't practiced it or something. I'm pretty well set up to do pretty good in a raid fight, especially something with like 2 or 3 targets of sustained cleave. But dungeons, not so much. Shadow priests have a lot of ramp up time, and dungeons, things tend to get mowed through really quickly, in which case I just can't do anything. Which is an excuse. I'm sure I could do better. Hazel, love your videos. I found your channel 2 weeks ago. Keep up the good work. Welcome, Ushi. I'm glad to see you dropping by the stream. I hope we have fun. I made the Ogrelot chicken fingers and sauteed carrots for dinner on Wednesday. Out of 30 fingers, only 8 are left. No carrots survived. The carrots, I love that carrot recipe. I haven't made it in a while, actually. I should make it again. I have a bunch of carrots in my fridge. And we got a healer. All right. So I'm going to delist and queue up. And I apologize in advance for my damage. Can't wait to start rolling a Void Elf, right? I want to play with Lightforged Draenei, but I'm pretty sure that Void Elf is going to be the dream. The racials aren't as good. I mean, it depends on how good haste is. I don't know if, like, they said they're not doing the same scale of redesign. Oh, I love these dungeons. They said they're not doing the same scale of redesign that they did going into Legion, so it's very likely we're going to have a very similar kind of feel as a Shadow Priest to sort of get into Void form, stay in it as long as possible. Haste is going to continue to be valuable, which would mean that Gnome is going to continue to be really good. I don't want these quests. But, I don't know. We'll see. I just want my orc to stand upright. Yeah, that's people have been wanting that forever, and I don't blame them. It was one thing back before the whole... Was it Cataclysm when they updated Thrall's model and they made him stand up, and everybody's like, well, if he can do it, where's my chiropractor? You know, hook me up, Blizzard. And, you know, Cata was a while ago. Cata was like 5 years ago, wasn't it? More? I went on a nostalgic memory trip for my photos last night. I was getting really homesick, just because it's the time of year. And I was looking for outdoor pictures that I took from where I lived, and I found just like a bunch of stuff from like my setup, like my desk and everything back in Cataclysm. I had one like 20-inch monitor and these like big speakers that I broke. Well, I didn't break them. I knocked some water on the thing. I need to order like a thing from some dude that I haven't done 5 years later. Oh, I need to Shadow Crash. All right, so let's see. It's faster. It is faster. That actually did some acceptable damage. Welcome, Kayla, to the sponsor club. That doesn't sound snappy at all, but thank you very much for sponsoring. I'd like to have a catchphrase, but I always think it's kind of cheesy when I hear other people do the catchphrases, so I'm not sold on the idea. But I hope you enjoy your emotes and your double rate of nut gain and your icon, and just thank you very much. That helps me out a lot. All about dressing up my Warcraft Barbie on the cheap. True, yeah, there is, like, I think we do get, well, no, you're right, we do get the, as Void Elves, the free, is it free or is it discounted? The cost of transmog. Since I missed last week, maybe you touched on this already. Were you excited for the shout out that Taliesin gave? Sure, yeah, I wasn't terribly surprised just because they asked me if they could use my footage. It wasn't like a you wake up one morning and you see, oh my gosh, I had no idea this was coming. It's because they did use some of my video in their video, they hit me up and asked me like, hey, can we do this? Which I appreciated a lot because there was quite a few people that were taking my footage just wholesale and just like making their own videos without really doing any editing or anything at all. So I really appreciated A, the ask, B, the fact that it was not their entire video, and of course the shout out was super cool too. I really like them. I'm gonna be in another thing related to them at some point. You'll see. I don't think I can say anything else. Do you have any Horde tunes, and are you excited for Zandalari Trolls? So it's a yes to both of those, but it's kind of a conditional yes. I have many Horde characters, but I have not played them actively since Mists of Pandaria. I have been Alliance for a while now. Now, what I want to know, is this going to be the time walking stream where we see a infinite time river? I don't need it to be for me. I just need to see it drop. I need to know that it's real, you know? But yeah, Zandalar Trolls, I think, are my favorite of the new Horde allied races. I think the Zandalar Trolls are up there, which is why I'm so disappointed that we didn't get a whole bunch of... Like, we got the mounts and the voice lines and the proper heritage armor and just, like, a bunch of cosmetics and hairstyles and stuff for not all of the other races, but a lot of other races. But Dark Iron Dwarves and Zandalar Trolls, I think, are probably... They're probably just still being worked on. I think I like Shadow Crash just because it's a fun button to press. I don't know if it's actually a damage. I guess it would be in something like this, because the thing that you drop Shadow Crash for is Legacy of the Void. That lets you get into Shadow Form faster. However, I'm still not getting into Shadow Form fast enough to let it build up to the points where it would be doing meaningful damage on trash packs. So I think in dungeons like this, in random heroics, in low-level mythics, there's a very strong case to be made for Shadow Crash when you want the trash DPS. If you're doing like a tyrannical mythic and you want the boss DPS, then you're still going to want Legacy of the Void. But if it's a low, if it's a low one, you're just going to kill it in less than a minute anyways, you don't really have a chance to do your full cycle, then Shadow Crash seems like it would be good. The Infinite Time River is real, I have it. Super secret mods should know though. I dug them up and replaced with chocolate bar, blew his mind. Oh, I saw squirrel berry hazelnuts in my backyard. Oh yeah, you asked earlier, actually, before the stream started, and I was going to answer, and I completely forgot, whether or not I make hazelnut butter. Hazelnut is, unshockingly enough, one of my preferred nut flavors, although I'm partial to almond as well. But I haven't had a lot of hazelnut stuff since I came to America, because my husband's very allergic to nuts, ironically enough. He can't have any, he'll die. During... Are you into Christmas? I mean, there's a Google Doc, man. You have the tools to divine the truth. During BlizzCon, I was super excited for Zandalar Trolls since I mean a lady troll, but after watching that video with the voice lines, I'm digging the Lady Nightborn. I was surprised by how spooky and like, how sort of evil sounding. Oh, I pulled. Oopsie daisy doo. My bad. Sorry. Are we getting more character slots, or is 50 the total limit still? From the sounds of it, they're giving us more character slots per server, but not raising the 50 total because they don't really know what kind of person uses all 50. I have all 50 filled up, so I would appreciate more of them. I don't actively play all 50 characters. I know some people like to do things where they're like collecting a character of every race and class combination, and then leveling them to a certain level. That's a thing that some people like to do. I just like having a lot of characters because whenever I'm sending out battle pets after a battle pet giveaway on Patreon or at the end of a stream, it's a real pain in the butt to have to find one of those dudes and go delete it so that I can make another one. I wish I could just have one character, Alliance and Horde, on every server so that I could just, log on and mail out the pet without having to recreate a character and then like do a couple quests to get enough silver to do the thing. Saying Nutty Buddies for the sponsors. Nutty Buddies. Yeah, I don't know. They're missing out by not giving Zandalar Druid's Direhorn Guardian form. I definitely understood the reasoning that they gave, where there's a lot of animal-specific lingo in the abilities that would be strange if you were doing like, you know, what's a bear? I guess the abilities aren't really very bear themed, are they? Might work with the Direhorn. Yeah, you know what? Give us a dinosaur. What's the name of the song you play during raid guides? I made that song. It's not well, I mean, it's a real song as far as it exists, but it's not like a song. I just made it. I call it Roller Bells because it's got a lot of bells in it and they kind of roll around. I have it available on my SoundCloud somewhere. along with some other very terrible elevator-style background music. I need to make more of them. I've just gotten really used to using that one because it's easy and it's not terribly offensive. I liked how you got visibly upset when the Lady Nightborn dissed the Night Elves. I mean, she came for our tree, man. The tree is a very soft spot right now with the whole, you know, what we know about what's happening in Battle for Azeroth. Like, don't diss the tree. It's not cool. It's all the Night Elves' fault for being digs. I won't argue that the Night Elves were not. They have been historically kind of rude and snooty, but, you know, you gotta pick a side sometimes. Hi Hazel, how's your Friday going so far? Welcome, Ozzy. My Friday is actually top 10, top tier, top rated. Pretty darn good. I got my Christmas tree in. I'm gonna decorate it. I'm hoping that, I'm still waiting on one more thing from Amazon that contains the ornaments and then the tree skirt, so I'm hoping that that comes, like, while I'm streaming so that I can just, like, dig right in after and get it all up and then, like, show the cat, and then she's probably gonna... I don't know what she's gonna do. She's never had a Christmas tree before. She was very perplexed by the lights. I took a very, very short, Instagram story video of her just, like, staring at the lights, like, what do I do with this? Because she was, very intrigued when I was putting them out on the balcony. And then she got to look up a little closer. You play piano? No. I play with loops. I'm not that talented. I actually do play a little bit of piano, but I haven't played for quite a while. I took piano lessons when I was going to university for music because you needed a basic level of piano in order to study any of the music degrees. So I did not a lot of piano. I think I did maybe 2 years of it. I don't remember what level of exams I passed. It was a fairly early one. And I certainly couldn't really play much anymore. One of those skills that sounds really cool to have, but doesn't really apply much to my life, so I haven't put the time into getting it back. Worgen will bury the Forsaken like a bad bone. I thought that you bury really good bones so that nobody takes your bone and that you have it for later. Can I just stand on this? No. It's kind of like my thing. In my guild, I get very, very annoyed when I have to move during my void torrent. It's always my fault. Like, the mechanics that make you move are generally things that you can predict and be ready for, and therefore don't start void torrenting right before the thing is about to go out. But I don't plan ahead often, and sometimes I'm void torrenting and sometimes stuff spawns on me, and sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm not moving. I'm probably not gonna die. That's what healers are for. And that's why they don't like me very much. My cat tries to eat anything on the Christmas tree or the tree itself. I'm hoping that she doesn't eat it. I guess I should keep an eye. Oh no, she's right behind me. What do you have? Oh, she doesn't have anything. She's just she had her head on her paws, and I thought she was chewing something, but she's just sleeping. She's like, there's a cat. She kind of blends into the couch. I guess if she's gonna stay there, I could set up the cam. I have the power to do that. Okay, I got a. Oh man, I was excited for a second. I thought it was cooler than that, but I got a Mantle of Time. That looks like. Okay, so I am going to leave Instance Group. I'm gonna try and set up the cat cam because now I want. Oh, and my thing fell over. So crooked. So crooked. Does anyone know how Windwalker Monk is in PvP? They're pretty strong right now. You see a good amount of Walking Dead. You see quite a few of them in 2s. They're in a good place. They're in a good place. I'm sure they have more 3s comps than just that. I just haven't done a ton of 3s lately. But I do know that they're perfectly valid. Not down with the WMD the undead be using. Hazel, I know you're planning on the guide being posted Monday for Shadow Priest, but was wondering to use the garden hose right when you pop void form. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Last patch, or the one before that, Nighthold, we used to spit out our void bolts first. But now the first priority once you're in void form is to get your void torrent out. Of course, if you know you're going to have to move, it's okay to put it off for a bit. It's better to leave it for like 6 or 10 seconds and do other things early on if you know you're going to have to move. Because I don't know if other people are getting more than one, but I'm only getting one void form, or only one void torrent per void form. So as long as I do it during the void form, when early is good, but you don't want to have to interrupt it. But as long as I can, I definitely pop the garden hose immediately. My kids saw a Christmas tree in a department store and immediately started to dismantle it. We're going home to San Diego this year for Christmas. We didn't get a tree this year. Yeah. My tree, the little 4-footer that I got, it's like a false tree because I grew up with those, so I really like them. Which means that I can just kind of like fold it up and stick it in my closet and then use it year after year. And also, it's not that heavy, so I should be able to take that around with me. I do eventually want to get a bigger false tree, and then have like a bigger one in for the living room. And at that point, I would probably take, not this year, but in general. And at that point, I would probably take the smaller one and have it as like an office Christmas tree, assuming that I hopefully always have a room to set up in. I can't really imagine, like, if we had to move into a 1-bedroom apartment, because right now we're in a 2-bedroom place, so we have our bedroom, and then this is my office, this is my room, this is where all my stuff is set up, and I use 100% of it plus the closet. If I had to move into the living room, which is where my husband's desk is set up, I don't know about that. I very often work into the evening, so I hope I always have room for this. Hey Hazel, how you doing today? So glad I can catch your stream. Welcome, Chainsy. I am doing great. I'm going to try and stalk my cat with a camera here. Hang on just a moment. Okay. So Kitty, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. You can lay down again. She's eyeballing my lap now. There's no lap here. Suspicious. Oh, well, she gets back up there, then we'll be ready. Oh, I was pretty, thank you for the run. Thank you. I don't actually get in-game whispers, unfortunately, just because, oh yeah, I get to bring this Boulder Amber over. I was having some issues, so I had to just, like, completely disable them. Arena, so we're gonna start a new group. Same thing. It's gonna be called Hi, I'm Hazel, and viewer Timewalking. First come, first serve. Gonna try and prioritize new people to the best of my ability. And I'm gonna try and do a little more damage this time too. My hair was really cute this morning, and it's not doing exactly what I want it to anymore. Okay, so we got a healer. We got a DPS. We have an additional DPS. And now we need a tank. And there is a tank. Everybody in? Cool. Queue up. I should turn on the game. Oh no, not PvP. Wrong one. Whoopsie daisies. I should turn on here's my headphones. Game music. So I had a question that I wanted to get your guys' opinion on. Once I've sorted out the sound here, because I need you. Well, I don't need anything. It's just game music, but okay, that's coming through for you guys. Coming through for me. Good enough. Yeah. Okay. So the thing that I had a thought about, the videos that I do where I have a camera, like a camera on me, and then I also have footage of the game. Pretty common thing to do. I'm not getting rid of the camera. I like the camera. The videos they've been performing better with it, so I'm not getting rid of it. But recently I've been doing the green screen, and I'm kind of thinking about just not. I've been kind of thinking about just taking down the green screen, getting the frame out of my office because I trip on it and bonk on it constantly. And the key is never that good anyways. I don't have enough space to light it separately. So it's really hard for me to key out the green screen properly, and I often end up with like flickering or like my hair is disappearing or something like that. So I'm thinking about just like getting rid of the green screen and just having the camera in a box, kind of like I do on stream. And I was curious about opinions on it. I think I can actually do a poll on YouTube. I'm not 100% clear how I might, like, I know how to do the bot one, but I just want to know what you guys thought. Whether or not, like, Because with the green screen, we obviously have more of the game behind me, but I don't know. I'm not convinced it looks better. Seems the stream is a bit behind the game. Yeah, that's completely normal. That's completely normal. It's going to be a bit of a stream delay. What's the cat's name? Cat's name is Kira. Her name is Kira, although in practice, nobody calls her that. We call her Kitty, and we call her Cat, depending on the style of thing that she's doing, or, you know, your current mood and whether or not you want to call her Cat. Maybe not call it viewer, you might get trolls, maybe just a sneaky title. Oh, that's true, I can do a sneakier title next time. Although, I don't know, do we really do we have trolls here? I mean, we probably have Horde trolls here. Maybe not in the group, because this is an alliance group, because I'm very unfair and I don't play Horde ever. Vote, no green screen, your office is nice. Yeah, exactly, Seth. I've spent so much money on these plushies. I like the background. And then I could, like, it wouldn't be like a vlog style camera, like it would be cropped, kind of like this. You don't need the green screen. Green screens are for murlocs. Green screens unnecessary. Get rid of it. Keep it as it is. Nerf the green screen. Buff the office. Are the teddies part of the green screen? The jacket? The jacket. So the stuff in the back when I'm using a green screen, you do not see, but you still see like me and my clothes and whatever I'm wearing. The other thing was I've been thinking a lot about changing my hair, which is a really silly thing to spend time thinking about, but I've basically lately, I've always had a lot of gray hair considering I'm pretty young. I've had gray hair ever since I was like 14 and I'm now 25. And I'm getting a lot more of it, like especially this last, like 2 months maybe. I've been getting like 5 times as much gray hair. It's a lot of it. You can't really see it very well on camera, which I'm grateful for. But it's enough to be distracting. It kind of stresses me out when I see it, even though I know it's natural and it's just genetics and it's not my fault. So I was thinking about changing the color of my hair, and I really like the idea of green druid hair, but then I was like, well, I can't have green hair. It'll get green screened right out. So that kind of ruled that off. But if I don't do the green screen anymore, then I can dye my hair whatever color I want. I was also thinking about maybe like a Void Elf purple. Like a really dark sort of warm reddish purple. Or maybe even a colder bluish purple. Like I was kind of thinking purple, because then I could have Void Elf hair. I don't know. I'm sending you some pets. Thanks, Brancha. Just watch the Spider Tech clip from one of your older streams. I forgot how flippin' funny it was. That was so long ago. That was back on Twitch, right? Oh, man. I forgot about that. Who comes to watch the game, I'm here to hang out with you. Game is secondary, you are primary. That's kind of how I feel about watching other people's streams. I don't really mind what game they're playing. Depending on what kind of streamer it is. Like, if it's somebody that I watch because I like their personality, then I'll watch them play whatever. Some streamers I follow in PvP specifically because they're good at a certain class, and I want tips on how to play that class or to see how that class is played, and that I would only watch them do PvP. I like the green screen. Can you do more alternative strategies for pet battles? It's probably not. I mean, I could, but it's honestly probably not. I vote no for green screen. I like seeing the plushie squad. Short hair? No short hair. No short hair. I like my long hair. As a kid, I had my hair cut against my will quite short at least once, and I never really got over that. Seems more natural, no green screen. Yeah, I think I'm leaning that one. I needed something to get me through the last hour of work. Welcome to the stream, Darth Infamous. It's Friday. Hopefully, I mean, it might not be your Friday. I know not everybody has weekends off. I certainly don't usually spend my weekends any differently than I spend my weekdays. But Fridays are always a good time. Purple is always a good idea. Purple priest hair. I'm trying to figure out what's going to make me not look dead. I have a very problematic skin tone. There's like a lot of yellow undertones to my skin, and it's very easy to make me look like a zombie. I had dyed black hair as a teenager because who didn't? And it was not flattering. It was really bad. So I have a really hard time looking at those photos. When I had green and pink hair, it was fine. And I actually really like pink hair, but I don't want to be directly compared with another pink-haired YouTuber. Not because I have any problem, just because I feel like just going there's not worth it. Purple, yes. Reddish purple sounds great. Won't be the same color as the screen. They have alternative color green screens available too. Yeah, I know I could get a blue screen, but I already have a hard enough time green screening my stuff out. Vote for void hair. This is really, really dumb, but I almost feel like whichever hair color I went with would be what I end up playing more. Like, if I went with green druid hair, that would make me want to do threes in arena and PvP because I would be able to, like get into my druid better because I would look more like it. And if I did the purple hair, then I would feel more like my shadow priest. Which doesn't make it probably wouldn't change anything, but I feel like it might. Void Elf hair would be very on brand, right? Bluish or purple hair, match the Void Elf Shadow Priest, purple Night Elf Mohawk. Hazel, where's the cat cam? The cat needs to pick a spot, and then I can turn on the cam. She's been moving around a lot. She's been moving around. She's right now laying down directly behind the tripod, because she's funny like that. And I know if I get up and mess with it and like get it down to the point where it can see her, then she's gonna move again. So if she picks a spot, then I will turn it on. Trade Chat dyed her hair in a constellation, styles with lots of different shades of blue, green, and purple. I saw that. It was really nice. I love it when people do like the multicolor thing. I would be scared to do it because I feel like it would all fade together and that it would be high maintenance. And I am so terrified of hair maintenance that I actually cut my own bangs. I haven't had a professional haircut in like 10 years. Because I'm very cheap. So anywhere where I have to go get it touched up a lot is not gonna be for me. If it's monocolor, then I feel like I might be able to touch it up or like do my roots at home. Me too. I'm the against my will haircut. I told my mom I was never gonna speak to her again. I was 5. Yeah. It was not my favorite. Also, my hair is very, very curly naturally, like really tight ringlet spiral curls. Lately when I've been wearing my hair down, I straighten it a little bit, not like flat straight, but I definitely run the straightener over it once or twice to get a little bit of extra length out of it, because otherwise it's like corkscrew ringlets. And short hair, corkscrew ringlets when cut into short hair becomes an afro. And the last thing a little girl wants, well, at least I didn't want one. It did not look good on me. Do like a crimson red, just dye it brown again to look like your natural color. I feel like that's the thing that you do, I don't know. When you, like, I don't know. I don't have a good reason for why I don't want to do that, aside from the gray hairs are more of an excuse than anything else. Like, don't get me wrong, I do want to cover them, but not so much that I would dye them without also getting a cool color out of the mix. You could do a poll on stream for which hair color to dye. Maybe if I did it as like a sub goal or something. I've been thinking about doing it at 100k subs if I ever get there. I used to say I would do it whenever I go full-time, but I've been full-time for years now. My hair's still brown. Which Shadow Legendaries are you using? Belt and Safuz. Belt and Safuz. Always Belt and Safuz. I will occasionally take off Safuz and put on Pride as if I'm doing progression content or if I'm doing world quests and I'm don't want to get knocked off my mount by random demons and Argus. But the belt always stays on. Could you do the tendrils? Unlikely. Unlikely. Hunter on stream has the same pet as my hunter. IRL transmogs definitely help your DPS in game, so go for it. Right, Nathan? Right? Yeah. I like, whenever I play Overwatch, I have a couple of Overwatch shirts. I've got a Pharah shirt, a D.Va shirt, and then an Ana shirt. And I always very much enjoy wearing the matching shirt to the character that I'm going to play. Like, if I've worn my Ana sweater to an Overwatch session, I'm probably going to play a lot of Ana. It's very important concerns in my life. Multicolor would be pretty, blue and purple together. It just sounds like a lot of work. You could dye your hair yellow? I could. I won't. Patreon vote on hair dye? Just want something different, nothing wrong with that? Yeah. I'm afraid that I'm gonna do it, it's just gonna be not good. Because there's nothing wrong with my hair. And also, it's very possible that it could be damaged. If I'm going a lighter color, then I would need to bleach it first. And you gotta be real careful with that. The belt is so handy, yeah. I haven't played without the belt since I got the belt, so I've actually forgotten what it's like to not have the extra charge of Mind Blast. It just makes everything so much smoother, especially when you have like the amount of haste that you want and the amount of tier that you want to get yourself into like a nice handy 1-minute cycle. It's good stuff. Full-time YouTuber? Yeah. It's not very much money, but at least I get to stay home. It could probably be more money if I worked harder. I have lots of goals, but I've always had lots of goals. Your hair is strawberry blonde, and people demanded that I never dye it, but I figured it would always grow back, and I could temporarily change it if I wanted it. Yeah. You should never, I mean, obviously if you're curious about what other people think, you can take their opinions, but the final decision for your hair should always be yours. It's your hair. And you're right, it will grow back. I ruined my hair as a teenager with black dye and bleach, and it was actually ruined, and it came back eventually. Fixed it. It's all good. Go for a matching hair color with your gnome. Whenever I'm making characters in games, I always like going for like the dusty pink color. but I feel like rose gold went out of trend in like 2015. No May. I don't have the May shirt yet, but that's because it's a newer shirt, and I haven't been buying clothes lately from the gear store because they're kind of expensive. But I do like the May shirt. I would wear it. May's one of my favorite characters. I got a Suffuse a couple days ago, but I didn't realize I got it until a day after it dropped. I just realized when I was censoring trash. Suffuse is really good. Everybody was making fun of me in my guild for wanting it because it's not very good for everybody, but it's really good for Shadow Priests. Post buff, anyways. I want a Gnome Pally. Come on, Bliss, you gave us Priest. I want everything to be everything. I don't feel like I've ever really gotten enjoyment out of being limited. I know it would be like a lot of art for them to make all the druid forms and the shaman totems, but I think that would be great. Just like an expansion where everybody has a party and teaches all their friends how to do all the stuff. Oh, you were vendoring trash. I see, I see. That makes more sense than censoring trash. I thought you meant you were like trying to stop, you were trying to silence trash mobs in game, and because like CCing them, it was a very big stretch for me to try and make that make sense before, but I got there. When I jump into PvP, my belt isn't up. I'm constantly hitting my Mind Blast button twice. I don't know how people PvE and PvP on the same class, because I feel like they would play very differently. I mean, I guess you just learn it as a different thing, but I always liked keeping those things completely separate to completely separate characters, so that I don't have to worry about like tailoring my UI or my add-ons or my gear, whatever. Cat. I'm so glad that that emote works out. Purple tips like dipped in purple. I could see that. Or I could do like one color with another one underneath. You know how people do where it's like it looks like one color, but then when you put it like up in a ponytail, you start like floofing it around, you see the other color. Hazel, is the Murloc mug worth? Yeah, I would say so. It's pretty, like, as long as you're nice to your stuff. If you think you're gonna break it, then no, because it's kind of expensive for a mug. But it's a very big mug. It is a dishwasher safe. It's microwave safe. I use it a lot. It's super cute. I got this like a couple years ago, and it's been through countless trips through the dishwasher and the microwave, and it looks exactly like it did when it was new. So they're pretty durable. They're not gonna like wear down on you. The only difficulty or thing about the mug to know about is that the shape of it a little bit strange. The opening on the top is kind of oval shaped, and that can make it kind of awkward to drink out of. So it's still doable. You just can't like be really distracted and trying to slosh tea or coffee into your mouth because you're gonna get it all over yourself. The straw completely circumvents this issue, but it's a bit of a different shape to get used to. Undead could never be pally, but I'd rather be an undead druid or shaman. Torn rogues are an abomination. You cannot be sneaky if you're a cow. Yeah, but you can be a panda rogue. You can be a panda rogue. My tripod's just falling over. Ugh. And it's getting shorter every time I do this. Okay, I'm going to reform the group. Go for number 3. Late night is snoring. Here's a unique lookie. You could work with most colors. I'm just concerned with what might not go with my skin, you know? If I did go a lighter color, like a middle range color, I would need to bleach it first, and that means I would need to be like blonde first. And I would probably want to do it where you bleach it and you go like platinum blonde, and then you stay platinum blonde for like 2 weeks-ish to let your hair recover and like really get some good deep conditioning in before you go ahead and dye it again. So if I did do that, I might have a very short blonde phase, which I'm kind of afraid of. Maybe I would like it. I feel like if it came out like platinum, like silvery blonde, that would be nice. But it's probably just gonna be orange. Thank you for the run. Sorry for the pet confusion. All good. All good. Goblins can be shamans. I don't see why they can't be druids. Stealth is a shadow magic in lore, so really anyone can do it. Panda rogues were an awful idea. They are my favorite fat rogues because you can see their wide butts on PCs. Is now a good time to get into Hearthstone? I would say so. It's always a little bit tough to catch up in Hearthstone because so this is another Timewalking group. I'm just giving it a very vague title and description, but same thing as before. Yeah, if you're trying to get into constructed and like laddering, it's going to be a bunch of time of trying to build up your collection. But the dungeon run thing, you can just jump right into, and I've been playing as much of that as I have had time for. It's really fun. Hazel's Friday streams are lit. Hazel is wavy. Like my hair is wavy, or I'm wavy. Or is like my camera waving. I'm pretty wavy. I've been really enjoying lately when I'm cooking, busting at some really terrible dance moves. I've started to realize that I really can't dance. I wish I could. It's like my favorite form of cardio exercise. All right. Got a new group. And Timewalking. 3-5. I always feel like I'm really grooving, and then I catch sight of myself like in the mirror or like my reflection in the microwave, and then I go, oh dear. It's a good thing nobody can see me. Gnome priests either use first aid or utilize the light to heal people. It's not a core part of their culture. Yeah, I know they kind of had it explained as like medics. New dungeon runs in Hearthstone are very fun. I'm hoping they stay fun. I'm hoping that they continue to be fun over time. But right now I'm kind of pleased with like I finished a quest and then I got another quest. Is there always going to be a quest that wants you to do a dungeon run? Like, can I just do those? I know I can't do my regular quest there, but I don't really need to. Hearthstone for me is something that I pick up if I'm just like, maybe I'm talking to somebody and I want to do something with my hands that's not world quests. Maybe I'm like eating and I have like a lunch break or something. It's just something for me to spend 20 minutes on. And I am just as inclined to do that in the dungeons as I am in the regular thing. Design your hair after your favorite cookie. My favorite cookies are gingerbread cookies, which we're making on Tuesday. I don't know if my hair would look good as a gingerbread cookie. Maybe for like Christmas. If I had like a bunch of like candy hairpins to stick in it. But that sounds like a lot of work. Sugar cookies with milk duds? Don't ask. Can you recommend an alternative to NPC scan and NPC scan overlay? Douglas, it really depends on what you're using it for. If you're just looking for rare hunter pets, you can... Elevators scare me. If you're just using it to look for rare hunter pets, the thing that I did was I just had a macro that had a... where is it here? I had a macro and it just has a /tar and then the name of all of the spirit beasts, and I just went around mashing that with the idea being that when you are in range of a spirit beast, it will pick it up as a target. The macro can be edited to add an actual thing where it'll add a target marker icon to that thing if it picks it up. I never did that. That's all I did. There may be another add-on that does it, I just didn't find it. When a freshman, the trend was for all the girls to dip their hair in microwaved Kool-Aid. It looked cool at first, but I remember they complained it stained for a while. Yeah, I could see that being like a dye thing. It might be fine if you just did your tips. Although, I don't know if the sugar is good for your hair. I guess people put honey and bananas in their hair. Can't dance his best dance. Hazel danced, I'm ready. Oh, man. I don't know about all that. One of my greatest desires in life is to, when I have a house, to where I'm living in a place where there's nobody underneath me and I can just like jump up and down and make noise and turn up a little bit of music, is for exercise. Like I go for walks and I very occasionally, very, very rarely run, but I really like playing Just Dance. And like when I play Just Dance, I like really go in and try and actually do the stuff, which is a lot of really good cardio because some of it moves really fast. And I would love to be able to do that more often. Or just like, what I really wanted for my life, and this is really dorky, but what I really wanted for my life was a, like a Just Dance, but like a K-pop version where they have like the choreos for those songs. I think that would be the most fun ever. And there are games like that, but they're localized to Japan and Korea. They're hard to get over here, and then they're hard to get to run. So I never did it. To all in chat, what class should I level in the PTR? I made a priest, and I made it about 6 quests before I remembered how awful it is to level without heirlooms. And I'm sure that you could wear heirlooms if you like went and bought them on the PTR, but I don't know if that's the testing feedback that they're looking for. Silver Dragon for NPC skin replacement, really good. No overlay though. Okay. Caught the stream finally. I always nap after work on Friday, so I always miss out. Yeah, the Friday afternoon nap is just a great idea. I used to do that too back when I worked Monday to Friday. Now these days I have a very sacred Saturday afternoon nap. I try hard not to nap on Sundays, and I try and stay awake after the stream on Fridays, but on Saturdays, if I'm sleeping in the afternoon, I'm going back to bed. I'm taking my cat, and I'm taking a book, and I'm going back to bed. And it usually turns into a really ridiculous nap that I probably shouldn't have taken that was like 5 hours long. And then I'm up like all night Saturday night, and then I end up, you know, drinking with my friends and playing Overwatch, and it's just weekends, man, weekends. I make a shampoo made of coconut milk, egg whites, and avocado. Sounds gross, but my hair is soft and nourished. It sounds like a good idea. Like, there's a lot of common ingredients in all of these, like, homemade hair masks that are supposed to be really nourishing, and a lot of them include eggs, and a lot of them include avocado and coconut oils. It's just, like, getting more oil into your hair without making it super greasy and getting protein into your hair. So it's something that I might try. I've been using a bit more argan oil in my hair to try and tame it, and then just kind of counterbalancing that with dry shampoo. I know it doesn't look super amazing all the time. It was kind of bizarre looking in the vlog today, but it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to figure out what it wants from me. Leveling Shaman now is super fun. As elemental or as enhancement? Hello, Hazel from Greece. 1:49 a.m. here, but can't sleep. Well, you are always, always, always welcome here. I want to do a couple more streams a week at different times. Like, I have this dream where I do this stream, and this is the one that has, like, the VoD that goes up on the channel, and this is, like, the super shiny, fun one. But where I would also have, like, a shorter one that I do in the mornings on a day, like a sleepy mount run one that's kind of at a more EU-friendly time, because I know some of you are from Europe, and it's just a really unholy time in the morning right now, and that's not gonna... I would rather have a more EU-friendly time for, like, a second stream. And then, in a perfect world where I have a lot of time, maybe, like, a third one, like a weeknight, late night stream. Not late, but just like, you know, 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 or something. That's like a PvP stream. But I need to figure out how to... It's hard to, A, chat with people while trying to PvP seriously. It's hard to PvP seriously while trying to chat with people. And then it's hard to not swear like a sailor when I do PvP. 2 seconds, please. Turning on music. Maybe you're hardcore and leveling resto. Catnap. I don't know how catnap ever became known as a very short nap, because when my cat takes naps, she's out for like 8 hours at a time. She spends so much time asleep. Do you leave the oil in for 30 minutes to an hour with light heat? Warm, not hot. I don't, but I should. That sounds like a good idea. I just use it as a leave-in. Like, I just apply it as like a leave-in / styling thing, and I just work it through. I've heard that the coconut oil is good for the leave-in thing, because it's more easily absorbed into your hair. I don't know. What's your advice to someone who's sort of scared of healing but really want to get good at it? Scared of healing but you want to get good at it. Well, step number 1, I think, is decide what your goals are. Do you want to be a normal raider, a heroic raider, mythic raider? Do you want to, like, really climb in Mythic Plus? Maybe you want to do arena healing. That's like a completely different basket of worms. So decide what your goals are. And then find the resource that has the info that you need. For example, if you wanted to do PvE healing as like a discipline or a holy priest, then you would probably want to check out, I know Automatic Jack is a holy priest that does YouTube guides, and then also there's a website called How To Priest that does written guides. That's where I got my shadow information from. And that would be a good place to find out that. So most classes have like either a Discord or a website or some place that has information on like what kind of stats you want, what kind of enchants you want, what your goals are, what your priorities are, and figure out what your resource is. And then once you've done that, you would go and queue up for, like, if you're looking to get into raiding, maybe do some LFR, and if you're looking to do dungeons, you just do some random dungeons, do some low-level keys, and just kind of work your way up and practicing the things that you've read about. Just kind of go back and forth between, like, do the thing and then see how you do. And then if you feel like there's something you're not doing very well, like maybe you feel like you're a little slow into spells, or maybe you feel like you could have more hot up time or something, then just identify the thing that you want to work on and then work on just that for a run or two. If you really, really want to be hardcore about getting better, something that I used to do was I would actually record myself play with OBS. It's completely free. You don't need to spend anything, and most computers can run it. Record yourself and then go back and watch the video, because you'll find when you watch your own gameplay, you see a lot of things that you're doing that you don't necessarily pick up on when you're in game, because you're kind of distracted by what you're doing. And you'll notice yourself doing things that you weren't aware of and that you can adjust from that point. Getting a healing add-on if you want to heal. Oh yeah, an add-on, or I never used an add-on, but what I did was I just set up mouse over macros. I would say having mouse over macros either through an add-on or just on their own, being able to mouse over heal for raiding specifically, for PvE, not for arena, for PvE, mouse over healing is very, very good. Very good, very good. It's great being a dude, just random shampoo and I'm good to go with my hair. I mean, that would go for like anybody with short hair that has easy to take care of hair. It sounds awesome though, I'm kind of jealous. Challenge thing for the class tournament where you only let NPCs die if you've never healed before. Oh, that's true. The what do you call those? Proving grounds? Is that proving grounds? You should have a co-host when you do PvP that reads, and then between polls you can answer questions if you want to. A co-host. There's an interesting idea. I've never seen anybody do that. Between polls you can answer questions. Jack is the best and he's super cute. You really don't need add-ons. I agree with Hazel. Mouse over macros is all you need. The only reason I switched from an add-on to mouse over macros was I wanted to use my own frames. Like, I liked the way I had my raid frame set up, and I just wanted to be able to mouse over my current frames. And then it was just one less add-on that can bug out on me. Like, one less thing to worry about. Not that add-ons generally do mess up on you, but worked out. PvP healing is a completely different thing. You don't want to use mouse over macros for PvP healing. You want to use keybind targeting, because there's only, you know, in threes there's, I mean, I don't know what RBG people do, but in threes there's only 2 other people and then yourself you can target. So either have modifiers, and I made a separate video about this that goes all into it, but either have modifiers for each individual player. Like, I cast, for example, to cast a Dispel, I would go Dispel for me, Shift Dispel for player 1, and then Alt Dispel for player 2. That's one way that you can do it, and you do that through macros. Alternatively, what I do is I just have scroll wheel targeting where I can flick my mouse wheel. Up targets one guy, down targets the other guy, click targets me. And then that's just, you want to be able to change targets really quickly in threes. Go heal in BGs, pick up a pile of BGs, get good at healing, keeping yourself alive. Chance at working with dispels. Hey, Hazel's at +2 happiness. Her cat is the co-host. My cat is the co-host, but she's pretty big on, she's not in here. She's pretty big on sleeping on the job. She doesn't always stay awake. I'm a guy and I had long hair back in the day. It was a nightmare to take care of. I have short hair now, much easier. I can always appreciate a well-maintained mane. Hello, Hazelnutty. Love your videos. You're so adorable. Thanks, one true Viking Bard. Peace works. Hey, oh, hello. How are you doing today? I took Shadow Crash to try and use it, and I have been forgetting for most of this. Or maybe things just die really quickly. I guess these things just... What's that? What was the point of that? This is just a gauntlet. These things die really quickly. But we had like 3 good Shadow Crash pulls in the very beginning of the very first dungeon we did, and ever since then it's just been all downhill. That 10 rated BG variation for the Mage Tower artifact is always the color that matches my transmog the most. Oh, the rated BG variation. I never did that. There's a lot of artifact colors I didn't get. I kind of figured I have a color of my weapon that I'm happy with for most of my transmogs. So I was kind of done. I don't want a PvP. I never want a PvP in my priest. And inversely, I never want a PvE in my druid, which has gotten me into some trouble because I'll just need like a little bit of artifact power or like to unlock something. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go do quests. You want me to go out in the world? I do, because I do such terrible damage as a boomkin. My main is a beautiful curly monster. When are you doing PvP pet battle videos? I wouldn't hold your breath, man. Not relatively speaking, not that many people are interested in the regular pet battle videos. So I feel like PvP is just such a small niche that I would prefer to spend my time doing things that are relevant to more people. Hello, Hazel. Hi, Will. How are you doing? Do you have a recommendation for a video editor for a newbie? Depends on what kind of investment you want to get into. Free video editors are kind of bad. But you don't want to spend a bunch of money on a hobby that you're not sure that you really want to commit to yet. I started with Windows Movie Maker, and that worked just fine for cutting things out and adding like really simple titles and transitions, and that was free. If you have a Mac, you can get pretty far using iMovie. So those are, I would say, the free versions. From there, I spent like 60 to 80 bucks, I think, once, and that gets you a license of Premiere Elements. And that was my video editor for years and years and years. I would say that's all you need for most people. For a similar price, I think you can get a starter version of Sony Vegas, or I don't know. I don't remember the other ones people use. I've always been an Adobe person. I really like Premiere. And it was pretty user friendly to get into. But yeah, I would start with either iMovie or Movie Maker, and then I would try and save up for a single license of Premiere. I want to see you play some Resto PvP. I'm so bad these days. I'm so rusty. I'm gonna be a challenger. Hit Phil, a great editor for free. There's probably much better free editors than Movie Maker. I just haven't played with them yet. I loved that Bolt is Holy. It was doing shinies all over the raid. Doing shinies. Oh, I really hate Shadow Crash. The old days when you had the Bolt that used to skip from target to target on its own. Cascade. You're thinking about Cascade. Yeah, I miss Cascade. Cascade was great. Cascade was perfect for the situations that I have now, where there's like a bunch of imps and I can't do anything about them. I miss Cascade. You want Sony Vegas? It's the most user-friendly. I wouldn't say Vegas is necessarily more user-friendly than Premiere. I would say that it's just a personal preference thing. Movie Maker isn't available anymore? What? They probably rebranded it to something dumb. I have not been happy with Microsoft lately. Their decisions have been so questionable. I went to use Skype a week or two ago because somebody needed me to use it, and I had 2 versions on my computer and neither of them would work. I had to like uninstall both of them, and then one of them it wouldn't let me take off, and then it was just bizarre. And then like resetting my Skype password like made it so that I was locked out of my PC because it was like my Windows password. Then I had to like adjust that one, and the whole thing was just not all right. Example Corp iMovie, wonderful. Yeah, I like iMovie. I don't use it just because I got into Adobe stuff first. Hi Hazel, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome Merlana's Photos. Or probably Merlana, you probably don't have people call you Merlana's Photos. DaVinci Resolve Free Edition. I've heard of DaVinci Resolve, yeah. Bit of a learning curve. Yeah. Well, might be a little scary for newbies. I didn't mean to fall asleep during stream, Hazel. The day caught up to me and I was out. I totally understand. You gotta do what you gotta do. We heard you were snoring. iMovie is free and awesome. iMovie's only free if you have a Mac, though. If you don't have a Mac, then it's not free. I made it to Hazel stream. Aren't you still streaming? I guess it's 4. You probably need to cook. I have your stream running on a laptop like 2 rooms away so that it's not distracting me, but I can still get my points. To start a Legion, I made an enhanced Xiaomi and stopped playing. I resubbed yesterday. Is it possible to swap to Ellie or Resto? I just don't mail it. Yeah, absolutely. Here, I'm going to list the group again. Yeah, you can, because you get the artifact knowledge catch-up, you're going to be able to get a lot of power really quickly, catch up whatever weapon that you want, and just follow your dreams. So I'm going to list this up again. I said that I was going to try and avoid inviting doubles to give more people a chance to run through, but to be completely honest with you guys, I'm having a tough time remembering names. Not because you guys aren't. Okay, I know we've run with Kindred before. You guys are very beautiful and special. And Helsing. Skywall. I feel like I've sent you a pet before. So I need 1 more DPS and then a tank. Fuzzy Butt. I feel like I used to PvP with somebody named Fuzzy Butt. Yo, Savix! Thanks for the sponsor, dude. Let me know if you have any emote ideas. Your emotes seem to get a lot more use than mine. Is this enough people? Oh no, I need a tank. Do you enjoy the Ronin speech spam and Old Dalaran? I don't really play with dialogue sounds. The great Akazamzarak put an end to that. I need to change my name. I was making a channel for screenshots on YouTube and I changed my mind. Oh, I know. My name on Twitch is Hazelnutty8, and I know it's really silly, but it really triggers me whenever I go into a random stream and somebody greets me as Hazelnutty, like that's my name, and they have no reason to know any differently. But it's just funny. Why aren't you guys using your emotes? I hand drew them and everything, man. We got the squirrel wave. You can make the squirrel cry. You can make the squirrel hold a heart. When we get new sponsors, the squirrel squishes the heart. I learned how to animate just to do that. That was worth my time. How long is the delay in this? Looking for a group and it was never up. That's a good question. Delay is currently 6 seconds, so it shouldn't be that long, but I'm kind of behind in chat. Hello, Hazel. Seen you on Savix's stream? Yeah. I kind of live there. It's kind of my homeland. Do you ever play Horde? Not really. Not really. I have a Horde druid for when I need to PvP on Horde, but I haven't played it lately. She hand drew them. Come on, guys. And about the cat? I was never sure if I was going to keep the cat. Because I wanted to make it look like my cat, but I don't think that really looks like my cat. Yo, thanks, Sevix. You got 10. Dope. Yo, 957, you're ballin'. Been in group already? Totally fine. I appreciate you putting that in the note. You're so sweet. Alright, let's go. While we're cute, actually before we queue, I'm gonna grab tea, like 20 seconds here. Hang on. Yeah, thanks for waiting. Sorry about that. Oh, we're still listed? Whoops, my bad. Cat. I wish I knew where my cat went. She usually hangs out in here with me and then I can turn on the cat cam. I just have this camera trained to my couch for no reason. It's sad. DPS always going AFK while in queue. Well, I didn't want to go AFK like after I got in. Yeah. The only playable race I want to be is Druid, but cannot is Pandaren. It's totally possible, and it would look super great. I have really, really wanted Gnome Druids, because I want them to have... Excuse me? Excuse me? PvP in out here. I wanted Gnome Druids because I want them to have little mech forms. Like, we have the Mecha Bunny model already with the de-weaponized mechanical... What's happening here? I've got some filters going on, but the de-weaponized mechanical companion is a mechanical bunny model. And we have a mechanical bear model, and we have a mechanical cat model, so just let me be those. Let me turn into those as a gnome. It would be the cutest thing ever. And then I would have a... I wouldn't take Escape Artist. I'm so crippled whenever I try and play threes without Shadow Meld, because I rely on it. I sometimes use Shadow Meld to get out of really dumb stuff that I probably could have just shifted like a hex. For the Alliance. I could do an Alliance emote. I think I get a new emote. Either now... I think Savix might have given me a new emote. Let me look. I can never remember where to find this. Because we could do an Alliance one. We could do a T one. We could do... Like, we need ideas. I've had too much tea. I can't talk. Hello from Cyprus, one island near Greece. Welcome, Daniel. Got some good Greek representation today. Gnome Care Bear form. No, I don't want to be a gnome Care Bear. I want to be a gnome thrashes people to death bear. It's a big difference. What time is it there? It is 4:08 p.m. in the afternoon. I am West Coast. Blizzard time. Hazel, do you have a Discord? No, I don't really have a public Discord. I don't have a community either. Or really like a Twitch server. Or a subreddit. I don't really talk to you guys ever. It's really terrible. I don't like, I know it would be a great idea. And I should probably have one, but I'm really hesitant to set something like that up without knowing that I can commit the time to both keep it moderated and to actually be active in there to answer questions when people want to know something. I'm already like really slow about answering stuff on Twitter. So I feel like having another place to keep up with is just asking for trouble right now. Hello from Cyprus as well. Gnomes calling down mechs like Diva. Yeah, how cool would that be? You should have a squirrel raising an Alliance shield. I could get on board with some kind of a For the Alliance emote, but they're very tiny. They're teeny tiny. I don't know if I'd be able to see it. I wanted to see what a Pandaren orc baby looks like. Green with furry ears. You can see an orc baby if you go and watch the Warcraft movie. There is some CGI orc baby in there. Actually, I think there's one in the Orgrimmar orphanage as well. Pretty sure you can go see some orcs and Tauren babies. Tauren babies are terrifying. Very, very scary. A gnome that turns into a mechanical beast sounds really cool. I did not realize you needed special requirements to take wolf cocks. I went to the eye dungeon to tame one, but you have to have concordance on Titan Strike. Yep. You sure do. You get, I believe you get to tame them at the same time that you get to tame hippogriffs. It's just like all the one the feather main category. My best friend is the healer right now. It is tiny. Yeah, they are pretty small. I feel like you can see more detail on Twitch emotes, but I don't know if that's true or if I just feel that way. I always use dark mode on YouTube chat, and I never have dark mode on Twitch, so maybe it just looks bigger because it's white. Daddy Sappings. Not just any CGI orc baby, but Thrall. True, yeah. I mean, Thrall probably looks like most orc babies. He probably doesn't have like a special... He probably wasn't that special as a baby. I feel like a lot of the story of WoW might be very different if fewer people had told Thrall that he was special. He's kind of got like a complex going on now. Gnomes would have mechanical armor in their druid forms. True, true. Sad Hazel will never embrace the glory of PvP pet battles. Well, I'm not very good at it compared to you. I got really insecure after watching your PvP pet battle tournament stream. Because you guys are whipping out all your meta teams. And you're like, oh yeah, the clone dance totally beats the electric squirrel sniper. Like, I don't know. I didn't know it. I don't know the meta. I don't PvP enough to know the meta. And sometimes I make bad decisions. I'm a casual pet battler, guys. Dark mode, Hazel? Yeah, you can have dark mode in YouTube. I don't know if you need to be using the new version of YouTube or not. I think maybe in YouTube Gaming. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I know you can have it because I'm using it right now. I am currently looking at it. And that's why all of the emotes have like a little teeny tiny white outline around them like a sticker so that they show up on dark mode. I've been playing since vanilla. You must have been a teeny tiny little, like, muffin. You must have just been like a tiny little paladin muffin back then. Like, you would have been so young. I mean, I guess I started playing in... I started playing in Wrath. I was a teenager. I was old. 16. I was an elderly 16 years old. Thrall is just a hippie nomad that spends time making flower crowns with aggro. Yeah, the dude had a baby, okay? Give him a break. He's got to go do his dad thing. We need, like, an expansion or two to go by so that his baby can get all madanned out and start, you know, being Thrall. He's just rank 1 pet battler, so... Yeah. I feel like you might have been misled. I feel like I've lied to you. You can have a guest for PvP pet battles, hook up with another YouTuber, good collab. Yeah. There's just, I started playing in Wrath 2. Your best person ever for playing an emo gnome. Am I emo? I have pink hair. Pink. Pink. I mean, I am a shadow priest. I'm like spitting tentacles and I have a skull over my head, so I guess I can see where the emo thing would come from. Thrall has a baby now? Right, doesn't he? Did he not have a baby? I thought he had a baby. Maybe he just wanted to have a baby. I guess there's a difference. Oh. Does Thrall have 2 kids yet? I heard that he's building his picket fence as we speak. He's fighting with the landscapers. Says so in the Dragon Soul end cinematic. Yeah, I could have sworn he had a baby. Pink is probably a little more punk than emo. Yeah, it's been a while. I saw you and Taliesin in Antorus Waste. Like, together? I missed that. Or Taliesin, pardon me. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I don't think I speak about it too much, so I probably haven't been saying it incorrectly on camera. But I've definitely been incorrectly pronouncing Taliesin. I didn't give it enough syllables before, so I'm deeply sorry. I wish they would have given us at least one happy gnome face. I made a gnome too and I love her, but I wanted to not look frowny. It was so funny because they didn't used to be that emo. They used to be, like, you know, cute happy gnomes, and then the face redesign came over, and they're like, you know what these guys need? Like... eyeliner, but not eyeliner, like eyeliner. Like, you haven't slept and you've been doing some drugs and it's catching up to you. Like, this is the face of somebody writing their thesis paper, you know? And they're all like that, you're right. He has Agra carries it on her back. Yeah, totally baby daddy Thrall. Poor landscapers. It's kind of cute, actually. Gnomes don't really have a lot of customized, yeah, choices. They have some. I wish they had more hairstyles. I don't know the exact numbers, but I feel like gnomes have access to fewer total hairstyles than other races. Like guyliner level eyeliner. Yeah, I want guyliner to catch on. I want men around the world to feel more comfortable wearing makeup, like especially just like skin makeup. If they want to. Like, nobody needs to wear makeup, but if they want to, I feel like they should be able to do so without judgment, because it's just like a way to cheat yourself into looking like you have better skin. Like right now, I look like I have pretty good skin, and it's a blatant lie. It's a bald-faced terrible lie. Nobody wakes up this color. Pink goes well with purple, and purple goes well with black. Black goes well with Shadow Priest, so it's emo. You know what? You've done the math. Works out. Captain Hook from Once Upon a Time. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. He's not really my type, but I have to admit the makeup works on him. And it doesn't look like, you don't see him and you go, oh man, he's wearing makeup. He's probably headed to the club. You just look at him and you go, oh yeah, pirates, cool. On board. Yeah. Can't the one mount drop from this dungeon? Yeah, you can get the Drake of the one of the winds. I know I have it. Oh, that was a terrible idea. There we go. Drake of the Northwind. Yeah, this one. You can get that one off of Voltaris. And I believe it does drop in Timewalking, but I already have that one, so if it does drop, it's all your guys's. Captain Jack level eyeliner, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp looked pretty good in the eyeliner. Johnny Depp is pretty old. I mean, I say that in the nicest way possible. Or chapstick sometimes, that's it though. I don't want to distract from my natural glow. You gotta follow your heart. You don't need makeup, Hazel, you're naturally gorgeous. I mean, you've never seen me without makeup. That's easy to say when you're looking at me in a full face of makeup. Hazel, I just want my fox mount. Same, man, same. I don't have it either, if that makes you feel any better. I'm gonna put up the poll, actually, to see what you guys think for the hair thing. I don't know how to do it in YouTube, so I'm gonna do it in here. Poll, here we go. Poll title. Okay, and I'm gonna leave this up for 3 minutes. Start the poll. I'm just gonna throw it up, so you can vote as to what your opinion on. If you have an opinion about whether or not I should go purple or green with the hair, you are able to vote on that now in chat. Thanks, guys. And I'm gonna put that up on the screen. It's gonna be open for 3 minutes. Here. So far, a lot of White Elf Purple. I lost a lot of... Oh, no. If you have your YouTube dashboard up, it's in there with the cards. Oh, true. I knew it was somewhere around there. I have had to have my shoulder and clavicle and 1 to 3 ribs reduced this morning. You had your ribs reduced? What does that mean? It sounds terrible. Her clavicle, that's this thing, right? What happened? Any advice? Oh, you're talking to Savix, okay. I know you're not asking me, but my best advice for getting better at PvP for anybody is to record yourself playing and then watch it back later. That was the one biggest thing that helped me back before I got rusty and lost it all. Seen a lot of Void Elf Purple here. I think you guys might be right. I need to do one more dungeon, right? Do I not? Did I do it? Yeah, 4 or 5. Let's open this up again. The thing's not fully showing on the screen, but the Druid Forest one is green. Got a tank. DPS, and 1 more DPS and a healer. Swimming, you had jammed the anterior joints and you couldn't lift your right arm. Oh no. I hope you make a full recovery. That sounds awful. Good run, Hazel. Thanks for the invite. Fuzzy Butt. Thanks for coming, Fuzzy Butt. Will it clash with Murloc Green? I don't think purple or green would clash with the Murloc Green. I think they would both look fine. I just cannot see this group. You might be looking in the wrong spot. It's in custom groups under dungeons and raids. So it's in the PvE tab under custom groups. You might be looking at the PvP. I don't have 2 spots, unfortunately, and I'm not going to kick somebody. even for you guys. Even for you guys. You know what I was really missing last night? Was, like, lakes. Like, the kind of lakes that we used to have, like, within walking distance up on, like, Vancouver Island and in Canada. I guess it's not walking distance from everywhere, but I always lived near lakes. And I used to tell myself that, you know, it's fine. There's always, I mean, I'm in Oregon. There's lakes here. And I went and I looked up, like, some photos and, like, the lakes around here and then the lakes back home. And it's not the same. It is not the same. The trees are all wrong here. The color of the water is not right. And it's just not what I want for my life. I used to go to the lake all the time. And, like, you would swim, you would fish, you would just hang out there. During some summers, we would go up to a cabin. And I had, like, a little boat that I could go out in on the lake. And when you go boating really early in the morning on this lake, and it's just, like, really smooth like glass, and you've got these huge mountains over, like, on all borders of the lake, and it's just gorgeous, and I really miss it. Which bot are you using? This bot is called Fussbot. 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 It's a YouTube gaming chat bot. Where did you used to go to lakes in Canada? I used to live on Vancouver Island in Canada, so the island on the west coast of BC. And there were a variety of lakes around the southern end of the island I used to go to. I used to go to Lake Cowichan and Shawnigan Lake and Langford Lake, Sprout Lake, and this is another one. Forgotten. Alright. One more of these. Maybe more. Any new WoW pets? Not recently. I think we're getting a couple in 7.3.5. I heard there was going to be some kind of a Silithus worm. I'm not terribly excited about it. Forgive me for not being terribly excited about worms. The command you're looking for is Nuts. Nanaimo girl. I'm not from Nanaimo. I lived in Nanaimo, though, for a year or two. I went to university in Nanaimo. I really didn't like it. I was not happy in Nanaimo. It was cold, and it was smoggy, and it was dirty, and I worked in a gas station, and I lived by myself, and I went to university by myself, and I didn't drive, so I was just riding a bike, like, pretty far to get to school with my books and my trumpet strapped on my back, and working night shifts in the gas station, and none of that was any good. The whole thing just sucked. It's official, she doesn't like worms? I don't like worms? Oh, worms. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I don't know if I've ever met a worm that I really liked. Aside from that one that was eating leaves and that one worm that was eating leaves in that book. You know, with the holes in the book. Does anybody know? He had a name. Though, never mind. You give yourself nuts, Hazel? I mean, you get nuts for being in the stream, so I'm here just because I'm always here. So, there's that. We need more Void stuff. I mean, we're about to get Void Elves to go with our Shadow Priest Void stuff. I'm a little sad they didn't give Void Elves racials that would be very beneficial to Shadow Priests. They're not going to be bad, but I guess we need to see what that... There's one of them that looks like a damage racial, and we don't know exactly what it does yet, so we need to see about that. The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Thank you. Okay, he wasn't a worm at all. Final verdict. Worms are not that great. It's a bookworm. The Hungry Caterpillar. Thank you. Yeah. There was a Netflix special that I watched that was just some dude reading the book with the book animated, and it was very boring because it is not a very incredibly great book. It's cute for very small children, but I could not tell you why I sat and watched that entire Netflix thing. It was a caterpillar. You're right. It was a caterpillar. I forgot about the end of the book. I'm sorry. Spoilers. He's not a worm after all. What are nuts? It's just a stream currency. You can use nuts to get entrance whenever I do battle pet giveaway raffles, or you can just like collect them to go, hey, I have a lot of nuts. I've been here for a long time. You can gamble them with Flip Nut, and sponsors get nuts at a double rate for being in the stream. Because, again, pay to win stream. How to eat fried worms. Fried worms. I don't think I ever ate a worm as a child. I think I managed to escape that. I had to eat crickets in school. My 7th grade teacher, who later got fired, not for this, but for something not too dissimilar to this, had a unit in class that was literally eating bugs. Like, he had us collect grasshoppers, he had us collect ants, and one other type of bug. I don't remember what, but the ants, I'm sorry, I have a hard time talking about this. The ants we covered in chocolate. Sorry, I'm really squeamish. The ants we covered in chocolate and had to eat chocolate-covered ants. They were very crunchy. And the grasshoppers we fried, and they tasted kind of like French fries. And I didn't want to do it because back then I'm a pescatarian now. I was pescatarian then, so I don't eat meat. I eat seafood, but I don't eat other types of meat. And I was pretty sure that bugs counted as meat. I didn't want to eat it, and he made me do it anyways. He said he would fail me if he didn't. And, actually none of it tasted that bad. It was just really gross. I don't like eating crunchy ant chocolate. Double nut? Yeah. You're on that nut train. Nuts for watching? Yeah. So for being logged into a YouTube account and being in the stream, you're going to get, I think it's somewhere in the description of the stream, it tells you how many nuts you get over time. I've had salt and vinegar flavored crickets. I know crickets are actually like packaged. I should have moved. Crickets are actually packaged as a snack in some parts of the world, and it's not that unusual. I don't know if I would do it again, though. Maybe if it was for a really good cause. Or a lot of money. One of those two things. What a teacher, yeah. He also used to have us do, like, timetables, which is perfectly normal. But he would have you get up and do it alone while the rest of the class watched you. Which, again, not that weird. But then if you did not do it right, if you got one wrong, you would have to do push-ups. I think related to what the correct answer was. And these were not tiny timetables. It was like a lot of push-ups for some, out-of-shape 12-year-olds. In the middle of the classroom, and while other people are just, like, watching you. It was very strange. It was a strange class. Popular street food in Asian countries, good with beer. Yeah, it seemed like when I was eating them, it's like, they're kind of like fries. I could see people eating these in situations where you would eat french fries. I don't go for fries unless I'm drunk, usually. The only situation which I will ever eat McDonald's is if I've been out and I've had a little bit too much to drink and I decide that I want an Oreo McFlurry. They taste like french fries? Yeah, I mean, they were just they were deep fried crickets or grasshoppers. I will say catching them was very fun. I really had a good time catching the grasshoppers. If I had some other reason to catch grasshoppers, like if I needed to feed them to a really cute snake or something, I could get on board with that. But eating them myself, not so much. Canadian teachers are intense. It was just the one guy. I had very many other very great teachers that were good, 10 out of 10. Almost all of my schooling experience was a lot better than what I hear some people go through in America. I think schooling very much depends on where you were, but I had a great education. It was just that one guy. He wasn't even my homeroom teacher. I didn't have him for everything. I had him for math and science and cooking. No poutine. I don't eat poutine just because gravy, the meat gravy. But I'm sure it's great. Need to have more void stuff like void dragons. Oh, I could see them doing void dragons. They love sticking their latest theme of the day onto a dragon. That's like their thing. We could totally end up with a void dragon. At Safeco, you can get spicy crickets or hoppers. I'm not sure which. They were not too good. I feel like you would, like, if you were gonna eat a fried grasshopper, you would want to get a fresh one. You would want to find yourself that Asian food cart that you probably cannot find in America that serves them and be like, yeah, get some fresh out of the pot. Leveling a troll, and man, I wish they wore shoes properly. We can stand up straight, but we will never wear shoes. Dren, I feel your pain too. Math and science and ant cooking. Yeah. We need a hazel dragon? A hazel dragon? A nut dragon. Like a squirrel dragon? Did you guys know that Squirrel Girl is a superhero and that she is so overpowered that they very rarely use her in comics these days, because when she does show up, she just shows up and wins everything because she's too strong. She is one of the strongest superheroes in the comic universe. I couldn't tell you which universe she's from because I'm not that much of a nerd, but... Sorry, that sounded very rude. Because I'm not that into comic books, but And specifically, Marvel versus DC gets me very confused very often. But yeah, apparently she's real good. Too strong. I found candy with bugs inside on purpose. I mean, I guess it's better than candy with bugs inside on accident. Do you have videos with challenge mode, dead mines, and Wailing Caverns pet battles? Yes, I do. I have a guide on both of those. If you go to my channel and you look through the... Actually, you know what? Just search on YouTube, Dead Mines Pet Battle, and then my channel name. Or same thing for Wailing Caverns. The search is a much better way to find it. My pet battle playlist is pretty big, and there's like 18 different guides kind of clogging that up. She's from Marvel. Thank you. Okay. Throne of the Four Winds did not give me final loot. Oh, no. That sucks. Did you kill it really quickly? I found sometimes that can happen if you, like, one-shot it. I like to let Alec here do his yelling thing. What are you most hyped about when it comes to Battle for Azeroth? I want to see how the island thing works out, that 3-player replayable content. I want to see how that feels. But I'm probably Void Elves. Supernatural's coming out with a spin-off. Did they finally run out of Supernatural seasons to make? Did it finally happen? I tried watching Supernatural. I tried. It was just, there was so much of it, and I don't really... I know this is going to be not the most popular opinion, but I don't really get the appeal of the two dudes. Like, I guess they're cute with their, like, brotherly love thing, but for the most part, they just kind of, like, pout and whine at each other, and it's not... I'm not really into that. I did the normal mode, but I want the pets and the achievement. Yeah. Yeah, I have, and there's, in those guides, there are pet lists and strats for each of the fights. A really common one to get stuck on is the big mook dude in Dead Mines. I hope we get new, pet dungeons with BFA. In Utah, they sell suckers with real scorpions in them. Why? Who buys those? Do people buy them and then, like, trick their friends with them? Is that the idea? Do you, like, cover them in chocolate like a Tootsie Roll and then go, ha, you got scorpioned? Because that's still not fun. If you were a dragon, which one would you be? Blue, green, bronze, red, or netherwing? Netherwing. Oh. Netherwings are super cute, but I feel like I would go green. I've spent so much time on my druid that I would like to be a green dragon. How dare you not like Sam and Dean? They're so cute, handsome, and funny. I know. I've got a weird thing for a lot of... I don't know how to end that sentence. I'm just gonna move on. I respect other people's right to fangirl or fanboy over Sam and Dean. It's just not for me. Ready for world scaling in 735? I hope they do a better job than they did last time. Last time was something else. But I mean, we got there. We figured it out. But yeah, I just hope it goes more smoothly. They've had some practice now. We would not be friends if you scorpion me. I wouldn't be friends with anybody after they scorpion me. I might sue them. Well, I wouldn't sue them. I'm not a very sue happy person. Kind of scared of lawyers. But I would... Sam and Dean. They're the two main characters of Supernatural. They have a very large Tumblr fandom. With your affection with Void Gnomes, a black dragon could be a fine choice. If you have any Jade Mist dancers you can cage and sell me, I could use that one for my arsenal. I only have the one, unfortunately. So I think I'm good. I think I'm good here. We got half an hour left. Thank you to everybody that helped me with those. What do we do with half an hour? Is there a PvP brawl up? Can we do that? Or maybe, I guess I should turn in the stuff. Oh, we gotta see if we got a good piece of gear. Because this gives us a 930, I'm pretty sure. Definitely some BL fan service thing. Void Elves are pretty much what Ethereals would be if they were a playable race. I would much rather have Ethereals than an excuse to have Blood Elf models on the Alliance. I'm hoping that when all is said and done with, like, all of the tendriling and the different hair and you get some good armor on them, they won't look that Blood Elfy. Because I'm not a big Blood Elf person, so... Hopefully. Alright, do drum roll. Okay, I'm not going to disenchant it right now, but I'm probably going to disenchant that. Look at all the stuff in my bags. This is really embarrassing. I'm always giving Savix heck for having really clogged bags in his stream. There's no brawl this week? Bummer. Okay. I could do PvP pet battles, but I don't want to. Get 930 off of time walk dungeons. Yeah, so you pick up the quest. You do your 5 of them, or your 4, whatever it is, 4 or 5, and then you're gonna get a piece of loot from normal difficulty Antorus. Actually, you know what I bet we could do? You guys want to do this? You guys want to do the first wing of Antorus LFR? I bet we can do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna make a group, and then we're gonna queue together. So I think we can fill as many people as we want, as long as we fit into the thing. So I'm gonna go Raids, Legion, start a group. Title is gonna be Hi, I'm Hazel, and it's gonna be, we're doing Antorus LFR. I'm gonna ask for item level 900 because that's recommended, and I'm just gonna take people. My bags are clean now. You guys always complain about it. It's very easy to pick on other people when you see them. I just need to disenchant some stuff out of here. Like, a lot of this time work gear will just, like, DE right out. So I think I could take up to 20, right? Like, you can run an LFR with 20. Hey Hazel, thanks for the help on Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Love your videos, but never caught a stream before. Oh, are we Pocket Camp friends? I'm starting to burn out on Pocket Camp. I think I went a little bit too hard. For the first 15 days, I hit every single reset. Well, not everyone. Every single reset I was awake for. And now I'm at a point where I've recruited every villager. I've crafted everything that I want to craft with the exception of the amenities, which you're just kind of waiting on. And I don't know what to do. Like, I think I need to put it down for a bit. I don't know. I have an addiction. It's a problem. They're very cute still, but I feel like they've said everything to me that they're going to possibly say. Why does it say the Nighthold Mythic? Oh, whoops. Hang on, I'll fix that. Oh, start. Antorus. Well, it's actually LFR, but whatever. They don't let you start pre-made groups for Antorus LFR because they assume that nobody's gonna care. Oh, man. Bo is the best. Bo is super cute. I'm also a really big fan of the other deer. The deer are really cute, honestly. There was one more. I really don't like that the pink squirrel that calls me Slacker, Peanut. Get out of here. I just picked you like 9 fish and 6 shells. You're going on showing me about all the shells that you think you collected, and then you're gonna call me a slacker? Like, go home. When they call me Slacker, and then when Hamlet calls you Hammy, I get a little bit offended. I only play it for about 10 minutes a day, so never encountered that problem. Yeah, I think I just went too hard. I need to cut down and not hit every reset, but I can just watch them like ticking by on the clock. And I can do them really fast now. Like, I've got it down to a science. I can sit down in like 13 minutes, I'm in and out. Alright, so I feel like we've had this up for a minute. I want to queue up, so I'm just gonna delist, raid finder, lights breach, join his party. Let's queue up. It might take us, I don't know how fast we'll get a queue because we gotta get tanks. Need tanks. Hazel, I got the pneumonia. I hope you are good. Oh no. I hope you are taking very good care of yourself and staying warm and hot stuff and, you know, antibiotics if you need them. Please don't let that get out of hand. I'd be a bronze drake with a human or a high elf form if high elves were playable. I feel like if I was a dragon, I would have a gnome form. Also, thank you, Briantia, for the giveaway pets. Got Bling, Squashly, Starlet, and Benax. Awesome. Currency, artifact power. Bo is literally a cute little stone deer. All he does is ask for food and sleeping, and he loves picnic, and his eyes are always hooded. Yeah. You know what really got me? I'm not familiar with like all of the Animal Crossing players or characters because I only ever played New Leaf and I didn't play it for more than like a couple months at a time. So Blue Bear. It's a bear. It's blue. Its name is Blue Bear. Blue Bear is a lady? Blue Bear is female. Blue Bear is a girl bear. I don't remember how I found that out, but it really messed with my head. Oh, keep up. Do you have wisdom to pass on for a new streamer? Not gaming. My mom started streaming and needs help. Wisdom for not gaming streaming. I mean, there's like technical wisdom. There's like social wisdom. I would say consistency. Yep, I would agree with Seth. Consistency is very key. Make sure that people know when you're going to be streaming so that they can be there if they want to be. make... Oh, drat! I'm gonna use a tome. I didn't fix my talents at all. Where are my tomes? Where are my tomes? This will not do. This will not do. This will not do. Okay, there we go. I was about to run that with Shadow Crash. But yeah, be consistent. Get some moderators rolling, and don't be afraid to moderate. It's always better to just shut something down before it gets out of hand if somebody's being really inappropriate. Caps was on. Didn't mean to scream at you. Oh, it's more fun that way though. Hazel, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I wanted to go to the raid. Oh well. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably should have had a designated amount of time that I was going to leave that open for. Consistent but not so good with how to interact. She's a teacher and does a lot of talking at the camera. That's a hard balance to find. Because you don't want to go too far in either direction between either chatting and not doing anything, or doing anything and never chatting. Hide the viewer count. Actually, that's a good one. Sometimes, I mean, it depends. She may not care that much depending on how into it she is, but early on when I was streaming on Twitch, I would have much better streams when I did not show myself my viewer count, because it's very easy to be just watching that, and then when you only have 5 people because you're brand new, and then all of a sudden 3 of them leave, you go, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't anybody want to talk to me? And then it can ruin the rest of your stream and cause more people to leave. Whereas if you never knew about it, you know, maybe their pizza rolls were ready. It's almost never you. World of Warcraft in 2017. What face? Man, I can't wait until it's 2030 and people are still playing WoW and they're coming out with World of Warcraft Attack of the Ninja Bunnies, and we're still gonna be making that same meme. YouTube a better platform than Twitch? I think it really depends on what you're streaming. YouTube is a better platform than Twitch for me because all my content is on YouTube anyways, and because I find that I have a better chat here. In Twitch, because it's a very established streaming platform, you get a lot of people browsing through the various streams. You're gonna have some drive-by toxicity, especially if you are something like a targeted minority, like a woman or somebody. If you have anything that people are gonna rip to shreds on Twitch, and you don't want to have to deal with that, you're gonna get less of that on YouTube. Not none of it, but less of it. But I don't know. I want eggnog. Do you drink nog, Hazel? I do. I don't drink it often because it's very heavy and thick. THICC thick. But I'm gonna make some for one of the baking streams. The second baking stream of the month, we're doing eggnog, and then I'll make some shortbread too. I've been eating really clean lately, trying to prepare for gingerbread cookies to be around, and also just because it's better for your health. But I've started to crave the holiday sweets. I miss my cookies. I get hungry or peckish, and then I look around for a cookie, and then I didn't make anything, so I'm just well, fine. I guess I'll have some more water then. That's cool too, I guess.
Beware.
Attack of the Ninja Bunnies, please work for Blizzard immediately. Yeah, that really says Blizzard, doesn't it? It really sounds like something they would totally do. That's the mobile game. Top 3 things that you like about Legion. Mythic Dungeons. The raids. Specifically Antorus, actually. I've been really liking Antorus. Oh, drat. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't use my Mindbender. Oh, it's okay. That wasn't the boss. Oops. Oh, I heard that the bosses have a lot of health. Okay. Wait 2 seconds. Wait 2 seconds. Wait 2 seconds. Yeah. Pre-pot. Oh, I pre-potted way too early. I forgot that you have to do this thing. I pre-potted already. I pre-potted 8 seconds ago. It's fine. It's totally fine. Alright, I'm paying attention now. I'm ignoring you guys. I need to remember to Mindbender at 30 stacks. We'll do 30 stacks. What used to go in the spot? Also, I'm probably not going to do mechanics. Who does mechanics in LFR? 10? The one thing that hasn't been my favorite about Antorus, it's not bad or anything, but the music is kind of stressing me out. Whenever I play with music, I find it just kind of makes me anxious, which I guess is kind of the vibe of the instance. Alright, 25 stacks. A little early. Mind Blast, and there we go, 29. So I want to keep this going until high 40s. Maybe 50, if I can. I mean, we had less. I bet I can hit 50 stacks. Depending on how much I have to move. I really hate fights that make me move.
4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go, 50 stacks. Can we do 55? There we go. That's it. That's the good stuff. As I sit at number 5 in the meters, Shadow Priest is single target. We're fine. We're not chart topping, but I don't care. That was pretty good. Get that out of the raid. Which way are the tanks running? They're running your left? Yeah. I don't know which one of these we're doing. Probably Annihilator, yeah.
4, 3,
I still like to dot up the other one just to cheat.
1.
I feel like it increases my single target damage. Is that a thing? I know it's a thing when you wear the bracers, but I haven't worn the bracers for a while. Oh, I hate it when I do that. That was 30 seconds. That was the right point to use Mindbender, but my insanity was so low from the transition that I just lost it. This is my favorite class to play in WoW. I freaking love playing Shadow Priest. It's so much fun.
2, 1.
It always feels challenging. Like, it always feels like you can do just a little bit better. And it's very dynamic. It plays out differently in different fights depending on how much you had to move or how much you got to stand still. Like, what your trinket procs were like.
3, 2,
Alright, so we're gonna lose this one early. We'll have Mindbender for the next Void form, and I will probably use second pot at that time because we already blew Lust. I'm sorry, I'm ignoring you guys. I will catch up with chat after the boss, I promise. I just want to bring Honor to my family over now. I'm just decimating right here. Screw it.
Four, 3, 2.
Try not to let my mouth
1.
hang open too much. I used to do that really badly on Twitch when I would stream Rest of Druid PvP. I would like look back at my stream VODs, and I would just have my mouth like wide open. Like a bat could fly in there. Set up camp.
4,
Oh, a little late,
2,
My bad.
1.
You think I get one more full cycle after we get out of this? I bet so.
4, 3,
Not this one,
2,
though.
1.
My stuff's kind of out of alignment. I'm just gonna second pot now. It lasts a minute. Can you guys hear my dog? I'm so excited for after the stream. I'm gonna decorate my Christmas tree. I hope that my ornaments are here. And I hope that my cat doesn't eat anything that she's not supposed to. Yeah, this is not the life that I want to live. And the worst part is that there is a Shadow Priest on top of the meters. He's probably got worse gear than me. My stuff didn't line up. I was the second best Shadow Priest. Number 5? So what are you wearing? Because you did awesome. It's got pretty good stuff. Terror. Oh, he's got an Arcana Crystal. I would love an Arcana Crystal. Give it. Give it here, Malfoy. Okay. If we did have Attack of the Ninja Bunnies, we would have bunny mounts for sure. That's actually what I was thinking of when I specifically mentioned Ninja Bunnies, was I just want to ride a bunny. Antorus is my new favorite raid. Me too. I've been really enjoying it so far. I don't want to say it's my favorite forever. Early, because it's early. Like, we're not gonna... We just got into it, so it's natural to like it, but I've been having so much fun. Streams on Facebook to people who do needlework, so I'm not sure how different the audience is there. Oh, true, yeah. I don't know if any of my advice is relevant to somebody that streams on Facebook doing needlework. That's a very different sphere. They're usually moderating me, and I'm super polite. The quiet humans, it's Animal Hour? Animal Hour? What is happening? Give us bunny mount? Yeah. Just for a pet collecting meta. Come on now. Or for PvP, that would be funny. Imagine the type of people that you would end up with in PvP if they made an arena only. Can I have a Vicious Gladiators War Bunny? Can I pretty please have a Vicious Gladiators War Bunny? How great would that be? I actually need to get back into PvP in time to get the fox, because if I'm never gonna get the other fox, I may as well get a fox somewhere. That person needs to get into melee. I want to ride a Wolpertinger. Would it be like a Wolpertinger where nobody else can see it but you, unless they're drunk though? Because it might just look like they're floating on air, you know? Wrath of the Bunnies. Oh, I thought I was void... I went over to recheck because I thought I was void torrenting, but I did not press it. Tooltip over damage meter. It annoys me here. There you go. Happy birthday. I I actually usually, when I'm raiding, I will minimize my damage meter during the fight, and then I'll check it afterwards. I find that I perform better when I'm not, like, eyeballing it. Wasn't there an April Fool's thing about giving gnomes rabbit mounts? I don't think so, because I would have been really, really upset by that. I would have been just playing with my feelings. There was definitely some kind of gnome base April Fool's thing, but I don't remember what it was. This other Shadow Priest is gonna kick my butt in this next fight. Thanks for the Sundodo Hatchling guide. I got my pretty little friend yesterday. Congrats, nerds over 40. Did you have fun? Was the stuff super expensive still? I know it was like really expensive back when I did it, but I'm sure it's probably calmed down, but maybe it's also gotten harder to find because people aren't necessarily crafting the pots. Is there an add-on to hide Argus, like from the sky? I'm pretty sure it disappears once you've killed the boss fight. Is that how a Wolpertinger works? Yeah, the pets. In-game, the Wolpertinger pet, you can see it, but other people cannot see your Wolpertinger unless they are in-game drunk. That is a thing. That is a real thing. Argus goes away in 735. Oh, maybe that was it. I know there was something about Argus going away. I thought it was either after you kill the fight or in 735. It's based on an IRL mythical creature you can only see while drunk, but the pet is visible by anyone. Oh, am I making that up? I could have sworn. Here, I'm gonna summon a Wolpertinger, and then anybody in this raid can try and see it in their game when they're not, they won't, and they're not drunk, hopefully. So, so if you cannot see it and you are sober, then I am right. Otherwise, I am wrong, which is a fairly normal occurrence for me. Okay. Oh, I didn't have my rune on, and I didn't have a flask on. Well, I had to get out of here. Go home. There we go. We gotta get some buffs up in here. Argus does disappear once you've completed the raid. I thought so. A star in the skybox instead. Interesting. The potions were pretty expensive still. Scott's lucky coin was easy to get another. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. That lineup thing that I had going on when I did mine was cute. I thought it was so... I mean, I'm sure some people had to deal with some really horrible sniping, but the people that were doing mine, pretty good. What is going to happen to dailies after Argus goes away? The planet will still be accessible. You'll still be able to go. You just don't see it in the sky anymore, that's all. You had to be drunk in-game to see the pet for a quest, but I'm 87% sure that the pet is visible by anyone. Yeah. You guys see it? Okay. You're sober. All right. I am incorrect then. You can see it. I'm probably just... You're right. I'm probably be confused by that quest. Because you needed the beer goggles for that. Oh, I pre-potted because I thought we were doing it. I thought we were going. I hope that one of us gets the mount. I don't have the mount yet. A couple people from my raid have gotten it. Can we go? Alright, sorry. I pre-potted like 10 minutes ago. What are the mechanics on LFR? What do they leave out? Anything? I would be super on board with them having left out the orb. I really hate the gravity orb. Let's see if I can get any decent uptime here. Again, I'm gonna be ignoring you guys for a while. Is there a third boss in this wing, or is it just the first two bosses? I'm gonna go a little early. That was actually a mistake because we had less up. Mindbender. This fight is great because for the most part, you can just turret at two bosses that other people can't cleave unless they're also a multi-ladder.
Beware.
That wasn't my best moment. Oh, no. I don't want it. I mean, I can probably just stand in it, actually. I've heard that it doesn't hurt that bad. I'm gonna Vampiric Embrace, though, because other people are hurting, so I'm assuming maybe they're standing in it. Standing in something. Dog's so far away. Bring me my puppy! You think it's gonna get me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, but that's the step. I will not read chat. I will not read chat. It's really hard. Oh, I let my dots fall off. Maybe I'm not qualified to make a Shadow Priest, guys. 33 stack, a little late. Not too bad. I mindfully a little bit too much when I'm switching targets. Bit of a bad habit I've got going on. You always want to void bolt first if you've got it up. Okay, I will take 45 stacks. It's totally fine. I'm never going to beat that other priest, but I can try really hard to beat the one below me. I think I do flay too much now to actually look at it. I need to work on that.
Beware.
I know there's a place I can run where this doesn't mess me up as much, but I don't know where it is. I don't know, the magical land of really far. In my raid, I was just running really far over to the side, but that puts me very far out of range of Faharg, and then I was finding that I wasn't getting my dots. Like, my dots were falling off to Sunny D. Pot now. I really hope that this WeCora works forever. The guy that made it doesn't play WoW anymore, and it hasn't been updated, and so far it hasn't needed an update. But if it breaks, I'm gonna be really sad because I use it religiously. I would hope that somebody else would update it. I've got Desolate Gaze, I'm not moving. I am void forming right now. Or void torrenting. Other people moved out of me, it's fine. I should have looked before I got in here about which bosses are actually in this wing. I have no idea. I haven't done a lot of LFR. I was looking at my character profile to find out what my raid progress actually was because I couldn't remember how many bosses Kingaroth was. And there's a bunch of Nighthold LFR that I didn't do, and I think Shum LFR too. I did the earlier stuff, or maybe the later stuff, but I didn't do all of it. It's just missing on my page. Okay. Alright, anybody got it? Ooh, you got the bracers, nice. Oh, I guess, do I have to loot it? Will it be on the boss? I thought the mount would like pop up. Well, I didn't get it. I got an augment rune. Who wants those anymore? Alright, I'm back. What is Flipnut? Flipnut is nut gambling with the stream currency. So Flipnut basically just gambles. It's a 50-50 roll. If you win, it's double or nothing with a 50-50 roll, basically. You exclamation point flip nut, a space, and then the number of nuts that you want to gamble, assuming that you have that many. How does she make dots look so big? Like, dot damage? Because that's just a good dot fight. Warlocks do very well in that fight as well. There's lots of situations in which they won't do that well. What setting is it to make the dots look so big? Or do you mean like over here? Like above their name frames? Or the... I don't know what you're asking. The quest tracker? I don't think the man drops an LFR. Oh. Bummer. Are you doing Antorus normal? Hazel, I want to join if you're doing it again. We're just doing LFR. We're just doing the first wing of LFR. And I think we're almost done. It looks like we do high command and then we'll be done here. Flipnut. Yeah, I don't think there's an all. And I don't know if you have 100. All of Hazel's followers have a nut problem. I'm really glad that we decided to go with nuts for a currency name because it just lends itself to so many beautifully mature and sparklingly funny jokes. Am I doing it right? You're doing it right. You probably don't have 100. You need to check how many you have first with exclamation point nuts. Stadvik's back at it again. How many nuts do you have? Here, I can find out. Somewhere. Oh no, you have 405 nuts. Why can't you gamble them? Why isn't it working? Did I disable gambling? No. Look, I won a nut. Why won't it let you gamble? Did you already do it? There's a cooldown. There's a, there's a gambling cooldown. Oh, maybe there's not. I don't know, man. I don't know why it won't let you gamble your nuts. It works for me. You're on the timer? There is a timer, but I can't find it anymore. There's a cooldown on balance checking. You can only check your nut balance every 5 minutes. But maybe there isn't a cooldown to flip nutting. No stress. I just feel like I've let you down. It's the one shiny thing to do with nuts. It's like I'm a nut bank and I'm not letting you take them out. I'm gonna cause a nut economy collapse. Yeah. I always figured Klobex was kind of a bizarre name for a demon. He kind of sounds like a product that I would use to clean something that really needed, like an oven cleaner. Like I might clean an oven with some Klobex. Back from the company Christmas party, now just enough time before bed for a Hazel stream with a pot of tea. Well, I hope that you can at least get a good start on your teapot before we're done here. It's about 5 o'clock, and normally I'm signing off, but I am finishing this LFR. A Hazel laugh? Is that like a laughing squirrel or like a laughing Hazel? Because Hazel never laughs. This is a very serious stream. We're serious and we're about serious gameplay. Does it happen in LFR? It happens in LFR! Worth it. Yay! Oh man, I didn't want to say anything. I feel like everybody needs to discover that for themselves at least once. Also, all of these debuffs are kind of a problem. Directly under my minimap. My dots under my minimap. Like these? On the minimap? Are they bigger? You're laughing right now? No. That was, serious. I only do LFR for that. That was worth queuing for LFR. I bet it'll be really good, like, later in the tier when most people know, but nobody wants to say, and there's just gonna be one guy. Do we have to, do people get into the mechs in LFR? Hazel laughs at my desk. Did you die? Hazel, serious. My flip didn't seem to work. At first you don't succeed. Yeah, I don't know what's up with flip nut. The bot is definitely running, and it let me flip nuts, so I don't know what the problem is. I'll look deeper into it later. Alright. I guess we need to wait for everybody to, like, get here and get healed up. 0, 0 under the times coordinate add-on shows you coordinates. Yeah, that's my coordinates. I was in LFR and half my group died at the elevator boss and I fell out of my chair laughing. It was pretty good in raid like the first week, and then the second week we had one new player. We had a tank that was not there the first week, and we as a guild kind of pick on this guy. Not in a super mean way. It's all done ironically. I'm pretty sure that he knows that we love him, but it's like a meme to bully this one guy. And nobody told him. And we all watched him just walk underneath it, and then we just sat there, and then it came down and it squashed him. We're like, yep. We rezzed him. It was just too good though. I made myself sad. I planned to buy pizza from my favorite place, but I forgot how early it comes dark out. I can't drive at night. Do they deliver? Do they deliver at least? Hi, Hazel said Paul. Man can drop an LFR difficulty. I thought so. Instead of falling from the elevator, it will crush you. Yeah. At least that's what people on Wowhead say. Just had 2 people learn the hard way. Yeah. So we're almost ready to go, right? Oh yeah, they have to get back up the elevator. That's right. I'm so excited. As soon as I'm done the stream, I'm gonna go decorate my Christmas tree. I guess I should see if my stuff is here. I'm gonna get all the lights on it. It looks pretty good for a $30 Christmas tree that's like 4 feet tall. It looks pretty good, and I've got like a present wrapped up for my cat, and Joker's present, my dog's present, comes here tomorrow. Gonna wrap that up. I don't know what I'm gonna do on Christmas. I think I'm gonna give it to them, and they're gonna look at it because they're a cat and a dog. They don't know how to unwrap presents, and then I'll probably unwrap it for them. The dungeon bosses are under your mini-map. Okay. I still don't understand the question, though. Soon Blizzard will make the elevator boss spawn ads. Yeah. Alright, looks like we're mostly here. We're missing Kenru and Balusa. You need a void bunny mount with void flowers and void skulls. Okay. Where is Joker? Joker, he's very shy and doesn't really like people and will run away if you try to touch him. even if you've lived with him for 5 years. So he's probably in a different room. He's probably like, I don't know, somewhere. Also, I don't often pull him onto stream because I need to remember to take off his collar first so that I don't dox my own phone number off of his collar. Is the cat interested in your tree? I'm gonna find out. I probably should have put it in this room while I was streaming because I just set it up before stream started and she's never seen one before, so it was fairly irresponsible of me to leave her alone with it. It's a fake tree. It should not smell like food. And it doesn't really look big enough for her to climb into, but I guess that's probably me being naive. Oh, we're going. So, question number 1 is, do people have to get into the ships? Question number 2 is, if so, do I bother getting into the ships? Both, at least 2 Shadow Priests, including myself, blanket silenced to proc the foos, and then the Pyromancer just spawns and starts casting, and neither of us have a silence for it because we just blanket silence to proc the foos. Oh, man. With haste and like a good void form stack, the GCDs get so fast that it's hard to enter them properly. I think I'm just gonna not get in the thing. Is there somebody in the thing? It looks like there is, because somebody's using it. Alright, so we're gonna get to 30, use it, start getting some dots up. Very slowly. I don't want aggro. That one. I have a bad habit of like stopping my void form rotation to get my dots up, but then my void form falls off and it's just a net DPS loss. I need to just be patient with getting my dots up. It's not that important.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Shadow deaths. There's so many fewer mines. The mines probably don't even hurt. I kind of want to wander into one just to find out what it looks like and how much damage it is, but I guess I don't care that much. My DDM reset. I used to have really cute voices. I had diva voices. I had diva and Genji. I had Genji, or Korean diva was my first voice set, and then regular Genji, English Genji was my second one. And I'd have them like do my countdowns for me and stuff. I don't know who this British person is, but it's not Genji, okay? I have a thing for Genji, and it's not Genji. I want to make my own DBM voice pack with Hazel voices in it. I just don't know how. I will not reach out. I will not reach out. I will remember to pop Mindbender at like 26-8 stacks or so. It's really hard. This fight is not that exciting on LFR anyways. Alright, that's 25, 27, void form, or not void form, Mindbender. And garden hose, or as I like to call them, shadow noodles. I love it whenever there's one other shadow priest that raids in my guild. He's like my shadow bro. And we have our special like shadow chat. It's like my favorite. And whenever we do the shadow noodles at the same time, because we're just so, I mean, it's just the correct way to do the rotation, but it always feels validated. Like there's this validation feeling when you see the other priest pop their thing at exactly the same time because you know that your cycles have lined up, which sounds like a different thing. But you know you're doing it right, and then we're just like adorable coordinated shadow priest friends. 2 is the right number though. I'm glad we just have 2. I feel like 3 would be out of control. And with 2, like sometimes he's doing better, sometimes I'm doing better. It usually depends on who has the better trinkets. But I feel there's no like inferiority complex going on there. Like nobody really feels like they're letting everything down, you know? I wanna. Oh, this hurts. What is happening here? Do I need to pop, I'm gonna pop thingy. Am I being lazy and not getting into the thing for the thing, or are we just popping them early? By thing for the thing, I mean fell shield for a fusillade. Alright, we have one. I do think the health is a little high on these. For LFR. I guess I didn't want the fights to be over with super quickly. And later when you get more gear it might go faster, but I feel like LFR is often... Ow. LFR is often filled with people that are new, so they don't necessarily have all the gear to steamroll over it really quickly. I wonder if it'll end up with a health nerf. Fusillade. Do we have any emitters left? Because if we don't, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. I'll just disperse. Dispersing. Yeah, somebody popped one randomly that was not great. It was fine, but not the dream. Okay, he's going back in. I'm suddenly super hungry. What do I do for dinner? Do I have this stuff to make sushi? I'm kind of in a sushi mood.
2, 1.
I don't think I have this stuff to make sushi. I have some sweet potatoes though. I could do like some sweet potato fries and that's the real kicker. Sweet potato fries and what though?
4, 3, 2, 1.
I will try and catch up after I finish this fight and before I finish the stream. I'll try and catch up with chat a bit. I can't kick that pyro. I need some protein. Yeah, it's true. It's a very limited list of protein available to me. But yeah. Last time I made like these salmon rice cakes, I had like brown and wild rice and then some salmon and then like some garlic and I put some other stuff in them and then I like fry them. And those are pretty good with the fries. You can even have them on a bun like a burger, but
3, 2, 1.
it sounds like a lot of work and I'm kind of lazy and I'm kind of hungry. I guess if I'm hungry, I probably shouldn't do sweet potato fries because they take a long time to roast.
4,
Balanced food.
3,
Hazelnuts.
1.
It's good. I need to learn how to cook more things. I feel like I've been making the same things for the last like 15 years and it's I need some new skills. Feels bad when you pull better numbers in LFR than you do for your guild. Yeah. I feel like I did. Actually, no, you're right. I definitely am doing more damage now than I did. I think I did 2 mil damage in my guild. But in my guild, I'm part of the pod rotation, which kind of puts a damper on your damage because you're literally not doing damage. I don't know if the pod damage counts, and if it does, I don't think it's as good as multi-dotting. So, almost done here. I'm gonna pop VE to help out a little bit. I think we're starting to tunnel a little bit, like people aren't necessarily on the ads as much. Do I have a silence in time for that? I'm gonna try it. Close enough. At 4% we can probably just tunnel. Oh, I didn't second pod. But drat. Heck it. Drat it all to heck.
4, 3,
Oh well.
2.
I got like 11 seconds out of that second pod. It's close enough. The other priest must have left, otherwise they would have beat me. Oh no, they died. I guess that's one way to win. Okay. I'm gonna pass on this, loot that, catch up on chat. Alright, let's scroll up a little bit. Blizzard's user interface, the countdown stuff is deadly boss mods. Yep, that's true. Time to watch the crowd. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you, Kayla. You're probably long gone. Should I pop the thing? Am I being lazy and not getting in the thing for the thing? My brain hurts. English kind of leaves me whenever I do that in arena too. I ask people like, hey, do you want me to stun the dude? And then they go yes, and then it's really a gamble as to which dude I'm gonna stun. Protein balanced food, jasmine green tea with honey, hummus with olive oil and lemon juice, carrot sticks, that's my snack. I eat carrot sticks a lot actually. I like doing carrot sticks and then I'll like slice up some apples and have like some roasted nuts. It's like my lunch. What does pod mean? Pods are those vehicles that you see on the 3 sides of the room in that high command fight. They have extra action buttons. I have a guide for that boss that describes it in more detail. Keeping awesome. Thanks, J-Party. New to the stream and watching every guide, though. Keep it up. Thanks for watching, Zanny. Thank you for the fun. Thank you for the time walking LFR. Fuzzy Butt had a good time. I'm glad Fuzzy Butt had a good time. I had a good time, too. I'm going to eat something because I might die. And decorate my Christmas tree. So thank you guys for coming. I will be back on streaming Tuesday. We're making gingerbread cookies. Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. Pacific. And I think that's everything I had to say. Bye, guys.